Hello, Internet, and welcome to Hearts of Stone. We're here to play some Blades in the Dark, and we're so excited to have you here with us. Welcome, everyone. We were off last week, so it feels like it's been a month since we played. We're just going to dive right back into it. But first, before we get started, we're going to talk about what we've got going on the channel this week. Scheduling is still a little lighter than usual just because summer really sucks for some of us at work. We need that time off, but we should be getting back into things as the summer winds down here in the next few weeks, but just bear with us on that. I think our next regularly scheduled stream, I think we're going to try to do Red Jenny on Monday. That's the plan. We will keep you updated though on the Discord. If you join us there, best place to stay up to date on our shows. Otherwise, we will be back. I think we're just sticking with our weekend games for now, for the most part. So we shouldn't have any other schedule updates or big schedule mix-ups with this game, so you can join us for that next week. But like I said, join our Discord. You can stay up to date on everything that we are doing. I don't really have any other announcements unless there's anything that I am out of the loop with, so I will go ahead and turn these over to my lovely players here to talk about who they are, what they do on and off this channel, and who they are playing tonight, starting as always with Van.
That's me. Hi, I'm Van. You can find me on the internets at Van But Wilder. Mostly just hanging out in our Discord and streaming on Twitch a couple of times a week at this point. Strixhaven will return very soon. My job just sucks ass during the summer, but that's okay. We'll get back to it when we're not all freaking tired all the time. I stream here nights a week, and then Sunday nights over on twitch.tv/hackrecklessly playing Dungeons & Dragons, which I believe we're picking back up with tomorrow, as far as I know. Very excited. But tonight, this afternoon, I am playing Glass, who is the Whisper. I'm a ghost.
You're a ghost. Or you're just really good friends with them. Hey, I'm Christine Sid. You can find me on the internet at Greek Sid if you're really bored and really like disappointments. I am here Mondays, Tuesdays, and Saturday. I don't think I've posted on a social media account in almost a year and a half. So
the most severe burn against oneself that
I'm being honest, y'all. There's
visceral
nothing.
reaction. Like, no, what?
No, I haven't posted anything in a year. If you really want to get to know Sid from 2019, absolutely go on my existing social medias. That's about it. Anyway, yeah, I'm here.
Disappointment, Mom and Dad.
I didn't say I'm a disappointment. I said my social media accounts are a disappointment.
It's like the social media equivalent
of yeah. Sorry, I didn't become a doctor. Social media. Yeah, I'm here Mondays, Tuesdays, and Saturdays. Today, not a disappointment. I am playing Salome. She's the group spider
who climbed up the water spout and then fell and now has a limp. Well, we fixed that, right? Because we found out about the healing stuff. Hey.
Did I? No, I don't know if I got to fully heal off of the limp. Not yet. So I'm still limping.
Really? Okay.
Yeah. One away.
Anyway, hey everybody, it's me, RJ. You can catch me RJustice282 on Twitter, Twitch, and most other social medias. I'm doing a lot of stuff on the internet, so catch it whenever I retweet it there. Today I'm playing Fume, who's the Hull. I was about to say the Leech, but not anymore. Can't let you do that, Grackle.
I feel like I missed something very important.
How?
Yeah, I think it was a HAL 9000 joke right
Very
there.
timely.
Well, yeah, okay. Hey everybody, I'm Wings, also known as Danae Keener. You can find me at DanaeKeener.com, doing nerdy drawings mostly related to D&D and a lot of things on the Indoor Adventures channel. Today I'm playing as Grackle, who is our hound.
DanaeKeener.com.
DanaeKeener.com. Hello, everyone. I am Val. You can find me at the Kraken's Crown, lurking around the internet. I am here a few days a week playing and running games. I run a game of Red Jenny on Mondays. And Neon Souls, but that one's on a bit of hiatus right now. So Join us for that this coming Monday. But now I'm running this game. Are y'all ready to get started? Alrighty. Previously on Hearts of Stone, after concluding our last job and stealing a bunch of Leviathan blood, we had a bit of downtime, some recovery. We learned some more rules for this game, and got into the next bit of score planning. The church had started ripping heartstones out of its acolytes, and it seemed like such a waste not to use them for yourselves. You started planning to steal them. Salome started collecting funds for railjacks thrown off of trains. Fume pretended to be a doctor and had a difficult patient. Glass made a deal with the demon, and Grackle got caught trespassing at a church.
I'm a big fan of your like HBO one line for every character recaps.
Yep,
Actually, I mean that sincerely. I love that shit. It's really
Thank you.
good.
It's so much easier, and that's
It's
what we're
also
gonna
hard
do
to
now.
it's hard to boil that stuff down into one line.
Thank you. Appreciate it. But that's where we stand right now. Where we left off last time, we were still kind of, I think we had finished the gathering information. Y'all learned a lot of stuff.
Dundon learned a lot.
Yeah, so we're in the score planning section. You know that the church has, I mean, through Glass talking with the spirit wardens, learned that they presumably still have all the heartstones that they're taking out of people. You still don't know everything that's going on within the confines of the church, but that's kind of something that you're just gonna have to figure out as you go. But yeah, so we can kind of cut to the score planning. I don't know if y'all want to have, are there any conversations y'all wants to have amongst yourselves in character? If not, we can move straight to the score planning.
It's been a bit, so I'm just trying to
I don't
Yeah,
think so.
collect.
Did we have anything that's unresolved that would come up before score?
So we did have we know about the acolyte people that get brought back, and I can't remember because it screwed me last time. They bring people back, but more people come out than went
No.
in, or fewer people
Fewer.
come back. Okay.
Yeah.
So we're pretty sure they're feeding some of these people to potentially a vampire vicar.
Yeah, we can summarize.
Right,
This is a
okay,
good
it's
thing, like
scrolling for the
summarizing the
walker.
information that we have. So yes, those are some things that you learned through scoping out the church. People are volunteering during these like sermons that are being given daily at the cathedral in Brightstone, and all throughout. I think, who was it that went? Was it Glass that kind of went undercover? Was it Salome? Was it Glass?
It was
Me,
Glass,
I
yeah.
went to church.
You went to church. You kind of saw
me to
like
church.
there are temples throughout the city, and they're doing these sermons. A lot of them they have a very like the party line is very straight when it comes to this what's going on right now. Like everyone it's pretty much the same thing at all of these temples, kind of building up that fervor and that interest and the kind of capitalizing on people's like disillusionment with kind of what's going on within the city. The people that are interested in this like ascension, like becoming these having their heartstones removed, like again, quote unquote, the word that they're using is like becoming ascended, are then taken to the cathedral. They have these big masses like once a week, and the people like volunteer for that, and they're taken into like the compound like underneath the cathedral, where they're usually kind of out of sight for at least like a week or so, and then will be brought out during some of these services, and as these ascended kind of emotionless,
Not really feeling pain either, because Fume treated one.
Yeah, Fume, you had from your patient, you learned like they're not really experiencing pain, or it seems like, I mean, at least like their like will is almost gone. They're hollow, essentially. Like, you know that these are That would be the term that is usually used for people that are without spirits is hollows.
Yeah, we kind of put together that they're just as bad as the Baron. Just like same shit, different method.
Same shit.
Abandon
different day.
thy flesh, abandon thy soul. Choose.
And we did learn that before the church became the state religion, it was called the Cult of the Ascended or something.
Ascended flesh.
Ascended flesh.
Let me
or something.
Val, are we gonna solve the question about what happens to a body when a ghost is around? Does it turn into a zombie? Or was it like a zombie and a ghost from the same body?
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, shit! Can there be a ghost of a zombie body? Is this it?
Who knows?
We've already proven that centaurs have 2 rib cages. So
the cult of the empty vessel.
Cult of the empty vessel.
Okay.
Somehow that's worse.
That is,
Yeah.
So yeah, you did learn. Who was it that found that out?
We all went to go talk to Lord Skurlock.
Skurlock, that's right. So you went and you had a conversation with Skurlock and gave you the information that the church back in like the founding of Dustfall, there were many like competing religions before the Church of Ecstasy became like the like state funded religion. And back at that time, it was essentially an ancient cult that called the Empty Vessel. Kind of transitioned into more
better marketing, as we discussed. Yeah. Ecstasy of the Flesh sounds much better.
Yes. So yeah, I think that's most of what we learned, because Grackle's plan to kind of scope out the church got foiled due to some unfortunate rolling.
He had to summon
it happens.
the horse and run away.
I threw a man off a train. Bad rolling happens.
You know, sometimes you kill a innocent bartender.
Mm-hmm.
Well, technically speaking, Railjack's work with bars
R.I.P.
too.
Leroy. All right.
So
okay.
That summarizes most of the information y'all learned last time. And I think it just kind of in the preliminary stages of score planning, y'all had discussed a few different approaches. I think you were talking about either I want to say y'all were between just sneaking in and trying to like get past any security and stuff they had, or trying to infiltrate as like members, like prospective members of this.
The church.
Yeah.
It's just that we would have to make it appear that we had already had our heartstones removed.
No, well, it depends on how you're trying to infiltrate. If you're infiltrating like we're already ascended and we're just doing our job, then that you'd have to somehow,
or we
disguise
could
that.
be
But if you're like
acolytes wanting to volunteer,
most parishioners still have their heartstones
when they go back.
Well, just that are attending daily mass, that aren't like volunteering to be ascended. People that are just like parishioners of the church. They believe in the teachings and stuff, but they haven't actually volunteered for like ascension.
It is the general mass versus the inner cabal.
Yeah.
Okay.
Essentially, if you want to become like one of the or if you want to become one of the ascended, which is kind of like the militant, faithful acolytes, clergy of the church, like they go through this process, but it's not something that everybody has done.
Okay, here's a crazy idea. It's totally Wings. Grackle would never suggest this. What's the over-under on actually removing our heartstones?
Oof.
I'm sorry, what was that?
What's the over? They're not necessary for life.
You said what she said.
She said what she said with her full chest.
They are with no heartstone in it. It's literally just a basket that grabs your soul when you die. Like,
yes.
So we have a Fume, we have a Melvir,
I
Like,
will say it's slightly more complicated than that because it's a basket that already has your soul in it.
oh, it already has. Okay, never mind. All right.
Yeah.
Also, if you were to
In there.
pop out Fume's Hearthstone, he would cease to function.
Yeah, Fume literally can't function without you don't necessarily have a Hearthstone anymore as much as you have a core.
I
You
mean,
have
technically,
a
we can't
battery.
either.
Yeah.
Yeah, that might be bad.
And that's the thing. It's like the process, and we went over this like dozens of sessions ago, so I'll just reiterate it.
Yes,
Essentially,
please.
when the heartstones are implanted, when a person goes through the surgical procedure, usually when they're very young, to have a heartstone embedded in them, the essentially the way that it works is like over time it slowly draws in like the energy of the spirit of the soul, like until it is contained within the heartstone entirely. That process usually takes a couple weeks, but now I mean all of you have had your heartstones in for so long at this point, like if your heartstone is removed, your spirit, like your consciousness, everything, like your body would just die if you or it would maybe cease to have any sort of intelligent function if you just ripped your heartstones out. That's why what the church is doing is there's something else going on here, because the people that are having the heartstones removed are still functioning, but they're clearly not returning to like full function. So there's this ascension that they're doing is more involved than just ripping it out and sealing up the wound.
Okay.
Got it.
So, do we still want to go through with this this here plan for infiltration? Do we still want to? Because the choices here now are either we come up with a good like disguise that makes it seem like we don't have heartstones, or we go in like
Intending to ascend, like
yeah.
I did mention as Fume the last replay that I could probably use some of the excess synthetic material that I have to just cover our heartstones.
also possible.
We could do a little column A, a little column B.
Well, we also have, so Salome's got her Thousand Faces necklace.
Yeah.
Oh, but that only changes my face. Never mind. Just my face has changed.
Might actually also be like we might need some sort of documentation as well. Like we can't
Okay.
just rely on like no heartstone equals ascended.
No Hearthstone, no problem.
What if we just volunteer?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Could pull a stormtroopers and like knock some people out and put on their clothes.
You're pretty short for a stormtrooper.
Pretty short for an ascended. I mean, yeah.
The simplest choice here is just to volunteer. Like everything
Yeah.
else requires a lot of work up front.
Yeah.
I also think it's the most dangerous option, but like when has that ever
Yeah.
stopped us before?
When has that stopped us from doing anything?
I'll say based on what y'all know too, and I'll just throw this out there because it might be something you're considering, is that they're just taking like any. So like if you just go in and volunteer, like that's not out of the ordinary. They're probably not going to look too hard at that. Obviously, like whatever the process is and whatever they're doing with people when they get down, into the bowels of the church and stuff, and whatever they're doing with them down there,
That's the unknown part.
is a question mark. But yeah, I mean, as far as if you just go in and be like, I've seen the light and I want to volunteer and I want to become a member, I want to ascend or whatever, that's just a matter of like, seeming sincere in your
Going into a church and doing one of these.
Mhm,
Yeah. We all went to Vacation Bible School. You know what's up.
Yeah. So but yeah, that sounds like it would be more of like a deception.
We're pretty good at those.
As far as your approach, is that what everybody is feeling right now? That's the method we want to go with.
I mean, I feel like it is, just like we want to be saved, or we sneak in the dead of night and start opening up secret passageways. Like that seems to be our two options.
Everybody on board with that?
Let's do it.
I'm into it. I think it's fun.
We're gonna be saved.
Let's
Yeah.
make it happen.
Gonna be saved.
Let's get saved.
Let's do it.
All right.
Oh my god.
Jesus, take the wheel.
Okay.
Jesus.
So
Jesus hasn't worked here in 100 years. Sorry.
the
Anyway.
the missing the detail here, the method of deception is counterfeit. We already figured that out. That is pretending to be converts. Here is the method. So we don't need to do that. You've already done gather information. We've done that. So let's talk about item loadouts because we forgot that last time. Let's go ahead and do that now.
Okay.
So item loadouts. What? And bear in mind, y'all are going in as parishioners.
We're all gonna have to be light.
Going
It
light.
would be a little suspicious if you walked in and be like, I'm here to be saved. You just have guns strapped to you and body armor.
Well, okay. I want to look at normal. Normal just looks like maybe you are like me and have a really big purse. Like, I mean, what is?
I'll go to the place in the book that
Okay.
describes the loadouts. So,
Because I'm fairly certain
Light-
that on the street, Sid herself would be mistaken to have a normal load. I'm
So-
gonna be perfectly honest.
the description here is light is you're faster, less conspicuous, you blend in with citizens. Normal is you look like a scoundrel ready for trouble.
Okay.
Heavy is you look like an operative on a mission.
I'm
so-
still standing fast by Sid as a person looks like she's a scoundrel ready for trouble. Okay, then light it is.
I don't know. I remember back in high school, I was able to fit like 2 baseball bats down my pant legs.
Well,
so
that's why
Okay,
y'all
well,
have
we
your-
can't wear Jinkos, all right? That does not fit within the Victorian London aesthetic, all right?
You all also you have that special ability that gives you more load. You're all wearing cargo pants. Like, that is
Pretty much.
that's essentially what that
cargo pocket-lined interior of jackets.
yeah. So y'all are already have the extra loadout. So
Oh shit.
everyone's going light.
Yeah.
Cool. I'm mostly looking to Grackle.
Yes, I'm also going light. If I'm coming in here, I
'cause-
too would like to be saved.
We might need to. This might be a flashback, and maybe we don't need to talk about it now. But Grackle, you're wanted, so we might need to change your face.
Oh, okay.
Take your face off. You know what I mean?
I was gonna say if you make me stay home again, I'm gonna eat. The
No, of course not. No, I already had to replace the ottoman. We're not going through that again. No.
It didn't take that long to replace my body. Oh, you didn't say Ottoman, you meant Ottoman. Got it.
Get out. So maybe Glass.
Yes.
Would you be amenable to maybe possibly changing Grackle's face to something less wanted by both the authorities and the entirety of the Dustfall Underground?
Of course. Didn't take the time to write out this entire ritual just to not use it.
Excellent.
All right. You're gonna have to remind me what the rules we set for that were, Van.
Just don't make me the Baron this time.
That would be, considering everyone here hates the Baron more
I was gonna
than
say,
anything,
of-
that would be a
of-
huge power play.
The only face in Dustfall that we could change Grackles to that would be more conspicuous is changing her into the Baron.
Oh,
Hey.
well.
Listen, it worked once.
It did work once.
Hey, Glass, I'll give you all the coin in my stash if you do the Baron.
No.
I
You
can't blame
don't
me
have
for
enough
trying.
coin in your stash.
I know, I do not at all.
You're gonna need a new face too, and it's gonna be a lot harder to replace.
Requires a physical item that can manifest the effect you wish to recreate. Mark 3 stress to copy the power of an artifact and bestow it on something or someone externally.
Okay. So yeah, you have the amulet that Salome uses, and you can use that. I assume you have enough stress to take.
Yep.
Okay.
What do you want to look like, my dear?
Oh, this is like the ultimate makeover, isn't it?
Ooh, can we have one of those montages where we sit around in a group and Grackle keeps on coming in and out of the wardrobe with different faces on, and we give thumbs up, a little applause, or thumbs downs?
No, I can do this once.
How about
Glass
the
had a
outfit
full
then?
mental break.
I get like 6 traumas.
Nose bleeding.
I mean, that's
she comes
basically-
out once, and then you guys send her back. She comes out a second time. You try to send her back a second time, and then she just punches somebody.
Yeah. And
That's
then
what
we're
the
done.
montage looks like. What do you want to look like, Grackle dear? I don't know, just not me. I'll trust you on that one.
Okay.
Can Fume actually just sketch out a face?
Who do
It-
I make you look like?
That could be the
Agent-
montage. Is we all just stand over Fume's shoulder, like customizing the
Yeah.
face.
Your character
Savvy.
creation. Me.
Savvy.
Handsome Squidward.
Agent
3.5 hours
47.
later.
Oh, yeah. You're Agent 47 today.
Because no one recognizes him at all.
The bald man with piercing ice blue eyes, 6 feet tall, always in a fucking suit. No one ever recognizes him.
Perfect.
For those of you who
Yep.
don't know who Agent 47 is, it's the Hitman.
It's Hitman.
Yeah.
Hitman,
Looking,
Hitman.
I'm looking for a man in wet works. 6 foot, blue eyes.
The Hitman. I'm make Grackle look like the Hitman.
I watched a deep dive on that the song and
Yeah.
apparently that comes down to like 2 people in the entire
Yeah,
United
someone
States that would-
literally broke down all of the statistics. It's like 2 fucking people.
yeah.
So you're
Anyway.
saying there's a chance?
Non-zero.
But I think no, they did factor in for people that were like already married and stuff like that too.
Yeah.
So like they literally went through wedding registries. Oh my god.
Oh my god.
Anyway,
Sorry,
so yeah,
it just randomly started thundering like fucking crazy outside. Did you hear that?
no. Is it only thunder on your side of the house?
It's only thundering over here. It's really loud.
Yeah.
He's
Why is
he's
that?
doing the ritual. That's why.
Doing the
Yeah.
ritual. Our neighbors are having a cookout. I feel bad.
Which is
Aww.
a type of
Oh.
ritual.
Type
Cookout
ritual.
is a type of
So
ritual.
Glass has a cookout.
Yeah.
And by the end of it, Grackle
The ritual for
is-
changing everybody's face is barbecue.
And then Grackles comes out on the other side, just completely bald with piercing blue eyes.
Oh, the cheekbones. The 47
Mhm.
cheekbones.
Could murder someone with those cheekbones.
Alone. Slice
Probably
you up.
has.
He murdered someone with a fish once, right? So
Bold of you to assume it was only once.
Bold of you to assume it was over a course of time. No, it was all in the same room.
They were all murdered with a fish.
Yeah.
A
Bonus
fish, and then
points.
he-
With a fish.
If you can kill everyone in the room with a fish, you get an achievement. Bonus points if you do it while wearing the clown suit.
incredible.
I'll keep that in mind.
Incredible.
I know
Oh,
what
nice
I want to
job.
invent next.
Hitman is literally the best video game. I will
All
fight
right.
for that.
What's the over-under on inventing a heat-seeking missile in the form of a briefcase?
We have to move on. We have
So,
to
yeah,
move
we
We
on.
must move on.
I'm starting to
must
think
move
that
on.
we're not using the phrase "what's the over under" on correctly.
Well, over under does refer to like over or under budget, I believe. I believe that's what the
I
phrase
thought it was a
means.
betting term. The
Hold on,
over
let me
under
look it up.
is.
I always
what's
thought
the-
of
The
it was
odds,
like-
right?
Yeah. So what
Yeah.
is what are the higher odds? What are the lower odds? Like what's
A
what,
wager in
like,
a sports book that will predict a number for a statistic in a given game.
yeah.
And
So I
bet
have
it
been
with-
I
There we
heard
go.
that.
Yeah.
Holy
Yeah.
shit.
Okay.
You
so
good, bro?
Summer
Yeah,
storms,
it's
man.
still sunny outside, or at least it's bright outside.
It's not sunny
it's
on my
like-
side of the house.
It's like quoting the odds. It's like
Yeah.
saying something's
Yeah.
50-50.
Yeah.
Got it.
Anyway, let's
Anyway.
It's a fun thing.
seriously must move on.
We have Agent
Uh,
47 ready.
You do.
We put him
uh,
in his Sunday best.
Black suit,
Yes.
white shirt, red tie.
Bam.
You all right? So let's do our engagement roll.
Okay.
All right, one die for sheer luck. plus.
Listen here, you better roll well. We've been going through it.
I always it's so this is my favorite part of the game.
Wait, no. There's a cowboy suit in Hitman.
Okay, we have.
That's what I
to
put.
roll
No, that's what I put Grackle in.
I'm
It's
putting it
blue.
in
It's a light blue suit with a tan cowboy hat. That's
This is
Beautiful.
That's it.
this is the last time we can mention. I'm putting an embargo on Hitman.
Okay.
All of you have access to a special move, which is you take 1 stress to mention Hitman.
Sid.
You killed Sid.
Don't make me spit Dr. Pepper on my keyboard, please.
That's never gonna unsticky.
No.
Talk about turning on sticky keys.
Yay!
Please stop the stream. Oh no.
I've been behaving. I don't know how this has happened.
Teacher, it's just the rest of the class, it's not me.
1 for sheer luck. Next.
Val, you good?
Yeah, my eyebrow piercing just fell out.
Oh no!
Oh,
no.
Rip that out. Gross. All right. Okay. What was it? Oh, so yeah.
One die
Engagement
for sheer
roll.
luck.
Move it. 1 die for sheer luck. If the operation is this operation particularly bold or daring?
We're literally walking in, potentially gonna
Yes.
get ourselves
I hate
vesseled.
to say it, but yeah.
it is.
Yes,
Alright.
indeed.
And a bold and daring.
So that's 2 dice.
That
is this
one's good, though.
operation
Yeah, that is a good
Extra
one.
die.
Yeah.
is this operation overly complex or contingent on many factors?
I don't think
We
so.
gotta get picked?
It's really just contingent
and then
on
not
one good
die.
lie.
It's
Yeah.
not really that complex. It's,
It's
pretty
pretty
straightforward.
simple. Yep.
So you won't take it away there from that. Does the
Wait,
plan
what's-
detail?
What's our goal to begin with? Why are we doing this?
Getting Hearthstones.
We gotta get Hearthstones.
Okay, get the
okay,
Hearthstones.
sorry,
Yeah, yeah.
carry
We gotta go
on.
get the Hearthstones.
We're
You're
doing
trying to get
this for fun.
Hearthstones. Glass is trying to do some murders. I don't know
Yes.
if Glass has told everyone that they're trying to
Got
do a
it,
bunch
got
of
it.
murders.
I don't remember if I said or not.
You did not.
To be fair, Fume doesn't care.
That's fair.
Dude,
Like,
would-
we all
will
know
it-
it's coming, but
Yeah, just a reminder for Glass. So for your initial agreement with Azrael,
Yep.
it was to kill Elder Rowan.
Yeah.
But because you made this deal, and we've gone down this path, essentially they are saying they want you to kill everyone.
Just all of them down there.
Yeah, pretty much.
I should probably mention that.
Yeah, that seems important.
that could be a
I-
scene before we jump in.
I was
maybe.
I remembered Elder Rowan. I was not remembering I had to kill everyone in the fucking undercarriage of the church, but now I do.
Yeah.
Does that mean everyone or just everyone church affiliated?
So that's the interesting thing.
I don't know.
Azrael said everyone. How you want to interpret
Cool.
that is up to
Cool.
you.
Cool, sweet, cool. Cool, cool, cool.
I'll mention it's
Let's continue with the games roll, and then yeah, maybe as part of our walk up stuff, you'll have a conversation about that. So does this plan's detail expose the vulnerability of the target, hit them where they're weakest? I don't think so. This is specifically where they're strongest. But it does expose I guess it's either or. So a vulnerability of the target. I guess
mean, it is kind of, I feel like it's exploiting a vulnerability if they are like not looking into it too hard and they're willing to just let anyone volunteer.
Anybody in.
yeah.
That's kind of a weak spot.
Okay, I'll give you a 3rd die for that. Is the target strongest against this approach? Or do they have particular defenses or special preparations?
Sounds like they don't. Sounds like they just let anybody walk up in there.
Yeah, it sounds like that. Once you're in, they just don't even care. They just let you walk around and do whatever you want. I'm gonna take away a die for that.
That's a hint. That's a hint, guys.
Can any of your friends or contacts provide aid or insight for this operation? You did go to Skurlock and you got some insight there. Are any enemies or rivals interfering with this operation? Nope. Nope, not currently. Are there any other elements you want to consider?
We get an extra die because we're literally being sent by like a crazy demon lady.
Demon mommy
she-
sent us.
She
Pretty
goes
big
into the
ally.
friends or contacts question.
Yeah, her and Skurlock both are pretty big allies. dice.
Yeah.
Then we get to the target differentials there. What tier are y'all?
Still too
Two.
strong.
Too strong, baby.
Too strong.
What is the church? Oh, I have that written down.
So the church is like 5, right?
Yeah.
Factions. Church is 4.
Okay.
So we will take away a die for that, and then but you get additional die because the Salome's thing, right? The engagement roll.
Yes.
So 3. So you got 3 dice.
That's pretty
Come
good.
on, 3.
Pretty good. Any final words before I roll these?
You want to pray to somebody?
How about Demon Mommy?
Yeah.
All right.
Please make these dice roll good and give us uppies. Amen.
Amen. That's a 6.
Yeah! Woo!
Thank you, Demon Mommy.
Thank you, Demon Mommy. Uppies.
Your controlled position when the action starts.
Climb her like a fucking tree.
Okay. So, do you want to have, before we jump into the score, do y'all want to have a conversation real quick as you're getting ready?
Glass.
Oh, sorry.
No, I kind of wanted to start that conversation with, so does it have to be you killing everyone, or does everyone have to participate in this?
Here's how Glass is gonna present it.
Yeah.
PowerPoint. Less than 10 minutes.
I have a target on the inside. We need to make sure dies while we're in there.
Like the others.
A little drawing of Elder Rowan.
Mm-hmm.
It's Elder Rowan.
Oh. This one's a bit more high profile. All right.
Bit. And I know we usually have this discussion. I imagine before every job we have a discussion of, are we allowed to kill? Are we allowed to kill in there? In addition, once we get inside, I have it on very high authority. I'm looking at Grackle specific. Grackle and Fume, who typically do the most murder. But Grackle specifically. Once we get inside, everyone's fair game.
Fair game. Or.
Tell you what. Why don't we keep score?
Fair warning, I do not do women and children.
Fair enough.
Great. Lovely.
Why women specifically? Children, I
I was
understand.
waiting for that.
I don't know. I think it's some older form of ethics that I picked up a while back. I could add women to the list because that would be less.
Just feels like kind of an internal bias. Maybe you need to work.
Yes, maybe. Yes,
Something
I'll
worked
kill
her.
no
Definitely
children.
women out
Except
there
if that
should be
child's a dick. Even then.
I
To be fair,
did. When I was in the church, is that like they're not taking children back there?
No.
Okay,
We're good then.
the children thing
Oh.
shouldn't be a problem.
I was about to quote the entirety of the Brooklyn Nine-Nine gag.
Oh no!
No!
Somebody stop him!
It was in the fucking chamber.
Mute him!
You
Mute
had
him! No.
You had to kill it in the cradle.
You can punch, kick, slap me. Stabbing is A-okay.
Fire is on the
On the table.
Is there
Sorry,
anything
sorry,
off the
sorry.
table? Wow, you're really sick. Is there something really freaky you want to do?
All right, surprise me.
No. All right.
So, like I said, killing is definitely on the table. If you don't want to participate, you don't have to. But if you do, I'll be keeping score.
Glass. I just need to be clear. Is killing on the table? Or is this a cleansing?
For the three of you, it's on the table.
But for you?
Got work to do.
It's a lot of work.
And you're always, looking at Grackle, you're always getting on me about doing things myself. Not looping everyone in. So here you go.
Little tip next time you put out a hit. If dead or alive is not an option, you should make that clear up front.
Fair enough.
No, okay, I get it.
Again, the only reason I don't is because your participation is not mandatory. And I don't want to put that on you if it's going to haunt anyone's conscience.
Will it haunt yours?
I don't think I'm capable of being haunted anymore.
False ghosts are around us.
But if they're not frightening, are they haunting you?
I stand corrected.
By the way, when Glass said they don't think they're capable of being haunted anymore, were they telling the truth?
Yep. Although, if you do see anyone particularly attractive, you still need a body.
Any preferences?
Just not blonde.
I mean, if we don't find anyone suitable, I could always make a new one. Would take me some time, but you can hand tailor it to your tastes.
Fair enough. Hadn't thought of that.
I was once the lead in Hull and creation. I don't mention it a lot, but I keep on being upsetted by the fact that no one remembers this.
We've had a lot going on recently.
We did.
Anyway,
Yeah.
Forgive me if Hull creation is not my go-to for solving issues.
To be fair, well,
Maybe leave it as it lies. Fume.
anyway,
I don't want to get punched again.
I've done you all the courtesy of giving you a warning. Hopefully this won't be a problem.
As long as it's not a problem for you.
If anything, it's a solution. Oh, don't get all ethical on me now.
No, I was just going to say I'm going to go prep the non-lethal stun guns.
Excellent.
Well, that's
Isn't that just a gun?
No, it uses electroplasma, and then he goes into a spiel about how it fries the nervous system of the body.
Forget I asked. Forget I asked.
Looking
Forget I
at Salome,
asked.
like, why would you ask? Why did you ask?
This
that's,
is like me
why?
asking Matt how his day went, and he goes into how 14 different soundboards work. Forget I asked. Forget I asked. Forget I asked.
Let the boy hyperfixate.
Oh no, I do. I do.
Just
He gets 15 minutes. He gets 15 minutes
Timer
to
up.
info dump about soundboards, and then
Oh, I thought you
I'm
said-
done. And then he needs to save it for the next day. It's
Fume
an
gets
arrangement we've
15
made.
minutes to info dump about his neuron eraser.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. God, 15 minutes is a long time.
You know, marriage is a lot of work, but it's worth it.
Exactly.
As Glass prepares to go to church and swipe left a bunch of times,
Yo, again!
Pretty good.
You're gonna owe me a fucking keyboard by the end of this session, Val. I swear to God.
That's why I've
man.
stopped drinking. Like,
This is why
water?
I drink.
during this stream, I tried not to
God
drink anything.
Damn it.
What happened to hydrate or dihydrate?
It's either hydrate or dihydrate or get a new keyboard, and getting a new keyboard is
Buy a new keyboard
expensive.
once a week.
Or turn away.
Run away.
You all do your
Wings,
preparations.
you gotta stop being so fucking reasonable all the time.
Yeah. And we're gonna go ahead and jump in. Anything else will be done in
Axe more
flashbacks.
guns.
The bells of the
And
Sanctorium.
you guys can judge me all you want, but you want to do some murder. You know you do.
Oh yeah. The bells of the Sanctorium toll as crowds of acolytes, parishioners, clergy of the church file in to the building. The mass begins just around sunset, end of the work week, and the four of you kind of dressed in your Sunday best and pushing.
I may need to use a what do you call it? A load immediately. I'm gonna go in using my Thousand Faces necklace
sure,
already.
sure. Yeah, you could definitely.
So I'll
do
use
that.
that load.
Okay.
Way to blow your load at the start.
I got 2 more, baby. 2 more.
Do it plus our extra 2.
Yeah. I got 4 more, baby. 4 more.
Some of you have been into the Sanctorium before. This is a cathedral in the middle of Brightstone, and there are hundreds of people moving in to sit in the stone pews that are sort of fanned out in a semicircle around the main lectern and dais at the center of the cathedral. Big stained glass windows filtering in the little bit of light that comes in from outside, depicting motifs of strange, like eternal beings. You can see some relation back to the old forgotten gods, but stylistically rendered in more of a as gigantic leviathans sort of looming over the attendees, the flock, as they find their seats here in the Sanctorium. You all file in, finding your own seats near the front, trying to be as close as possible for your volunteering at the end of this mass. And it begins shortly later. There's music that's played, a small choir singing. There are readings done. I want to envision more of like a Catholic mass, probably closer to that than anything else. Very like ritualized and very formal. Is this anyone's first time going to like a church service in Duskfall? I have to imagine for some of you it might be.
I think it's been a long time. I want to say Salome, just being a businesswoman, probably
Socially.
attended socially once or twice, but probably not for a while.
You tell me, Grackle would not darken that door unless she was made to.
Oh, it
So-
would not have been something that your papa would have made you do.
Hear me out.
The one blessing it gives me.
When Fume was younger and his parents were still alive, they attended church. So it was a real right hook when they hit him with the "and also with you" change. He was about to say "and also with
And
you," and they
with your
said "with your spirit," and he goes,
Yep.
"The what?"
Yep. That is too relatable, RJ. I've taken stress for that.
Yeah.
The first time I went to, like, because I think that was around the time I was in college, and it was like I went back because I wasn't going to church and stuff when I was in college, and I had to go with my parents when I came back, and everybody's sitting down, and it's like, and with your spirit, what the fuck is going on here? Anyway,
What did the DLC in Catholic churches
yeah,
just
apparently
drop? What's going on?
I didn't get the DLC. I forgot to update.
Oh no. We failed that quick time event. That's a good thing you weren't drinking.
So there's music that plays. There are people that get up and speak. Mostly it is very again very ritualized for the first like 30 or 40 minutes of the service. As you're sitting uncomfortably in these chairs and people around you kind of speaking and saying, so you're trying to like put on airs of like being engaged and look attentive and succeeding in doing so given your good engagement role. At the dais, there are a few members of the church that are represented there. Some preceptor, there are 3 in total. They're sitting in these big stone chairs closer to thrones than anything, and presiding over the service. The 2 preceptors on the left and right are getting up, mostly leading most of it, but in the center, some of you recognize, given the picture that you were shown, is Elder Rowan. He is it's not quite middle-aged, probably early 40s, late 40s, some like I'd say mid 40s. We'll put him right around there, but still has a very like youthful kind of demeanor to him. Has like very dark, like almost unnaturally kind of like that ultra black hair, like
Are the
black.
eyebrows white? The eyebrows are white, aren't they?
The eyebrows are like graying.
Yeah, that's what. Okay.
The hair is like kind of a little you can see like a little curly on the edges, but mostly kind of like slicked back as he's sitting in the chair, and he's very like engaged and smiling like throughout the service until it reaches sort of the zenith of it, and everyone sits back down, and for the first time Elder Rowan stands and moves to the pulpit, looks over the parishioners with a big like ivory white smile, and says, "Good evening, everyone. It is such a pleasure to see all these faces looking back at me every day that I get up here and I see more members of my flock. It fills me with joy. Those to you new, old alike, welcome. I'm so delighted to have you here, especially in these dark days that we find ourselves in. See, we are dealing with a disruption to our way of life, something beyond the scope of anything we have dealt with here before, an assault on our faith that comes not just from around us, from above. You see, the people that we trust our lives to, and I've spoken on this before, many of you have heard me say these words, but the people that we trust our lives to owe a certain respect to our way of life, a respect that they have spat upon in recent days. Of course, you know who I speak with, those that sit on the council that pretend to have the goodwill of the people of Duskfall in their hearts. But they do not. Now, I hear you. This is enough to fill me with rage that I try to keep out of my heart, but we do not cast that hatred upon them. No, we do not. We do not hold it against them for their actions, because this is not their doing. This is the corruption at the core of their being, the corruption of their soul. Something that we all here strive to overcome. And we work to do so, avoiding the temptations of the spirit for the wholeness of the body. And while I do not fault them for these imperfections, it is their actions that stand against us, their actions which I call into question. and I invite you all to do the same. Brothers and sisters, we have a duty as members of this church to stand against this corruption, to seek an enlightened way of being. Who among you will stand against this? Who among you will seek out ascension within the holy confines of this church? And you hear people like beginning to cheer and some people clapping, some people stand, and he says, yes, yes to you, yes, and like pointing out to each one of them as they
Fume
stand
has
and
also
volunteer.
started standing and applauding.
And you see people begin to stand and
Our God is an awesome God. Sorry. Flashbacks. Anyway.
He pulls out his acoustic guitar.
yeah. As like this fervor begins to grow, I would do all of you sort of
Play the part.
Play the part?
Yeah.
all right.
I imagine that we like scattered ourselves like throughout the congregation so that we weren't necessarily all seated together in a row.
That
and
is
we
a
all
good
like
point.
stand up
Yeah,
at the
for
same
sure.
time.
If that is something you would like to do, we won't. That's not like a flashback we need stress for, but I'm totally fine with that. So you spread yourselves out a little bit. That's something you would have thought about. What I would like.
Are you? God, don't make it a luck roll. That'd be so bad.
Could we do like a group?
Yes, that's what I was
Okay.
going to do. It's going to be a group sway
okay.
roll.
Okay.
I'm gonna be the worst at this, so I should lead.
You sure?
Yeah.
Okay.
I have
I
two
just
plus
lost a
sway.
dice.
Unless
I
we
got
have like a way to like mitigate any of this here, whatever. But yeah, I'm gonna do it. Risky standard.
Yeah, we'll do this as risky standard.
Yep.
Alrighty.
And who's leading again?
Grackle.
Grackle.
Okay.
Yeah, buddy. I got a 6. 6-1-1.
5.
4.
Okay.
3, 2, 1.
Blast!
So we got a 6. The only person that failed, I think, was Grackle.
No, wait, hold on. No, is a 4 success?
Yeah.
4 is a mixed
4 or 5
success.
mixed.
Yeah.
A 4 is
4 or 5 mixed success. 2 3s will fail.
But we did get a
Sorry, guys.
1 full
Guys,
success,
sorry.
so that will count towards all of you. Is
I
all good.
forgot
I
how
mean, the only stress you
numbers
take is
work.
from yourself, so that's
And it's just the 1, right?
it's
Yep.
just the one. It's just the one.
Wow.
Oh, wow.
Well spent.
As you all begin to stand, you can see Elder Rowan kind of like steps down from the dais and begins to move to members of the church, and like as he is like moving up to them and like shakes their hand and then like points for them to go, and like the people that he selects like move forward to like the front of the church, like turn back and face everyone, kind of lining up there as people are volunteering. There are some people that you can see like he passes over amongst the crowd. Like some people, like he goes over and like thanks them, claps on the shoulder, but he does not invite them forward. He as he moves through the crowd, eventually in turn to each one of you, he comes up. I'll do one of these, considering you're the one that has to murder him. Glass comes up,
Give them incentive. Yes, yes.
comes up to you and like takes your hand and says, what is your name?
Bella.
Bella, it is so nice to have you here. Do you wish to ascend as one of the faithful?
I do.
Please step forward. As he kind of like squeezes your hand like really tight, and he lets it go and kind of gestures, and the people around you begin to applaud as you step forward and move to the front of the room. And then he moves to each one of you in turn. Like he goes up and he takes your hand and he asks your name. What names is everyone giving right now?
Ooh. Fume says Jean.
Okay.
Oh, go ahead.
Grackle says John.
Go. Well
Yes,
done.
Correct.
I'm sorry I didn't hear you. I'm gonna need that again.
John.
Nope, not coming through. What's the name again?
John?
You're
wait, hold
really
on.
gonna
Am I
make me
supposed?
commit to this. You're
Oh,
really
okay,
gonna
hold
make me
on.
commit to this.
Do I have to like?
No, we're going with
Do I
it.
have
You're
to do an
John. He
agent
says,
voice?
John, thank you, John. Step
Oh my-
forward.
I can change mine.
No,
It was-
we're done.
no,
we're moving
no.
on.
It was a split
absolutely
between
not.
Jean and Louise.
Can be
You can be
Jean-Louis.
Jean. I'm gonna be John.
And then Salome could be
Completely
Jane.
different. If it
And
worked
Salome,
for
are
the
you gonna be
Justice League,
Stella
we're gonna
or are you gonna
fine.
be
I was gonna go with Martha, actually.
Martha,
I was gonna
okay.
be like a little older woman, like a fairly well-dressed older woman.
okay?
How do you know that name?
You can be Donna.
Donna? Should I be Donna? Is that a thing?
Get it?
I don't get the reference.
Because I'm
Belladonna.
Oh, Belladonna. I like it. Okay, I'm gonna be Donna. Yep,
Okay.
I'm
Because
Donna.
I was gonna have him go, Martha, that's my mother's name.
I mean, you still could with Donna, let's be honest.
How do you know that name?
Oh no! I just realized we have a Jean Valjean.
Yeah.
Hey.
You.
24601.
Time Javert.
Do not forget my name.
I'm gonna activate me. You can't do this. Shit.
Sorry.
Do not forget me. 24601.
One.
Lol.
Lol.
All
Make
right.
me a sandwich.
Which one of you is gonna jump off the bridge?
I am.
Oh man.
You are the
Like
one that
synchronized.
asked everyone for their fake names.
Yeah.
You wouldn't let me change
I
mine.
regret it, but I also realized I needed names for you because they start referring to you as like hello glass or fume or whatever.
Salome,
Yeah.
especially.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's not gonna work.
You're welcome for making it simple.
Look, I got
It's
to
John and John.
John
I got
and
to
John.
see the backstage of the bridge jump for an old roommate of mine who did costumes for Les Mis for shows, and it was dope. And I
It's
almost got
such
to
a
do the
cool
jump
effect.
myself. Almost got to do the jump, but then people came and we had to run away.
It's
Anyway,
so fucking
sorry.
cool, dude.
Yeah. You are all brought to the front of the room, and I'm standing in front of you, facing the crowd. Elder Rowan says, "Please give a warm and supportive hand for all of our brave souls who wish to step forward into the sweet embrace of ascension." And everyone begins to stand and applaud and gestures to all of you as he completes his sermon. I won't subject you all to any more of that.
Thank you. Fuck, thank you.
As you are, as the mass ends, a few members, about 4 members of the clergy, all dressed in these red and gold robes, come out from like the what's the word I'm looking for? The back part of the church, the rectory.
Is that the rectory?
Come back from the rectory and kind of follow you out, and you are taken out the not through the doors you came in, but through the back of the church, to a small circular room that is sort of the back of the building. It's quiet here. You can hear distantly the sound of the murmurs of people ending or filing out from the sanctorium. As you wait there for a moment until somebody, another figure comes up from another set of doors out to the back here. A woman wearing essentially a habit, and in that same gold and red styling, has a very stern face, and she says, "Welcome, all of you. I'm so happy to have you here. If you could please follow me, I will show you to your quarters where you will be staying in preparation for the ritual. If there are any questions, you can direct them to me specifically, or any other members of our clergy here. Please follow me. And she leads you back to the doors that she came up as you are taken down a spiraling stone staircase that leads down to a subterranean level beneath the church. I want to know, is there anything anybody is doing at this point, or are you just along for the ride?
Oh, I would love to do a quick little survey if I could.
Sure. What is it you're trying to figure out?
Well, as always, just making sure that, the hair on her neck isn't standing on end like we're about to be like jumped and knocked unconscious. 'Cause who fucking knows with these church people? But also, would like to sort of start scoping the area for, like, does it look like there's any additional doors or exits, or is it just the way we came, or anything of interest?
Okay. Yeah. Yeah, let's do a survey. We'll call it risky standard.
Ooh, I got a 6.
Okay.
650.
With a 6, you're led down the stairwell. This section of the church, as you're going down, it sort of reminds you of when you're heading to like the temple of the forgotten gods with like the 1,000 faces, and the queen, where you can definitely see some of the old structure of Dustfall, architecture that has been built over structures that may have existed here since the city's founding. Whereas everything upstairs is very new and maintained and everything. And not that this is in disrepair, but there's definitely, it's definitely older. There's something a little more weathered and worn here as you're descending. As far as exits, you're underground, so no windows or anything. You hit the bottom of the landing, probably about a 30-foot drop from or 30-foot descent from the upper floor, and in this landing area, it's another circular room. There are old-fashioned like sconces burning with oil set into the wall. No electric lighting here. The casting sort of a flickering light that your eyes adjust to inside. There are, from this hub here where the stairs went up, there are 4 passageways leading out from here. 2 of them the doors are closed, and they're pretty heavy set, like wood and iron wrought doors, with like ancient looking, like you think like castle infrastructure, like heavy doors, big latches with like thick, like big keyholes for probably a set of iron keys. Those are closed. 2 of the passages are open, and you can hear some like conversation, a bit of laughter, like coming in, like there are people down here. And actually, as you're standing, you coming out from one of the passageways, as you kind of gather here, you see there are 3 or 4 other parishioners. Maybe they're wearing red robes that are a little less austere than the rest of the clergy, and they're kind of smiling. And what you probably recognize is, say, with your surveying, kind of understand the situation, these are probably other converts, that volunteers that have been here but not yet gone through whatever the ritual or anything is. There's almost like and as you're led through and they begin to point that out, they show like rooms, and there's like a little like sitting area and a little like cafeteria. Like there is almost like a little compound down here for all of the volunteers, with like the clergy mix in, having conversations. They're doing readings from ancient, like from texts, and having like discussions and stuff. It's a little cult that is living down here, but the only exit that you can see is the one that came through.
Cool.
But there are other doors that are closed that you have not been allowed. That when they're giving you the tour and kind of showing you around here, they just gloss over those. They don't point them out. They don't say like you're not allowed to go there. But they don't say they don't open them. They don't say what's back there.
Okay. And it seems to be pretty open that there's a lot of walking around of other people who look to be in the same position as us. Doesn't look like they're gonna put us into a room and Joe Pesci us at some point.
No.
Okay.
There's a lot of people here. I'd say there's probably another. You came down with probably about 15. There are about 7 or 8 people that are already here. That are kind of like introducing people and saying hi and kind of showing people where things are. And you're shown to your quarters. Everyone shares a room with one other person. None of you are sharing rooms with each other. Actually, I'll do a luck roll for that because y'all didn't come through together, so they wouldn't necessarily know to separate you. I'm just gonna do 1 die here, and we'll say, I'm gonna say on a 6, for whatever the reason, all of you are sharing room with somebody else in your group, and you all just lucked out that way. 4 and 5, 2 of you are sharing a room. 1 through 3, y'all are
no
all
one's sharing a
strangers.
room.
Yeah. It's a 3. So all of you are in rooms with strangers that you're introduced to. Seem very happy to have been selected. You're all given your a change of clothes to these red robes that you are instructed to change into. And yeah, they begin to kind of introduce you to everyone. In this moment, you're given, they're like, basically the old the sister says, take the next 30 minutes, make yourselves comfortable, please change, and we'll discuss the structure and our schedule for the next week. Please meet out at the end of at the top of the hour to here in the common area, and we'll discuss what to expect.
Grackle spends those 30 minutes casing the joint. First thing she looks for is an exit.
You do notice as you're put in here, and again, same as Salome, like there are a couple of doors that are closed and locked. You do notice that as you're all brought down, not really big deals made about it, but as soon as everybody's in and beginning to close, you hear like a ka-thunk, and you realize they have closed the door to the stairs that lead up and out of here, and locked it.
When we go into our rooms, do they lock those doors?
No, not currently.
So I walk up to the side table with the knife on it, and I pick it up, and I head down the stairs to the princess.
Why are we making a...
Okay.
Because they lock the door behind you in the cabin.
That is like, in any other piece of media, like, the door could be locked behind you. Why is that the one that you thought of?
Because
It's
that's
a
the
good
one
game.
I wanted to say.
Yeah.
It's a great game. I'm almost completely achieved out. No, I am achieved out on that game. I've played it so many fucking times.
Yeah, so you go downstairs. It's nope, we're not going to get into it. Not a bad pull though. So, what is everybody doing?
getting quickly changed.
Chatting up my roommate, I guess.
Yeah.
Hello, how are you? How long have you been here? What you in for? No, I'm just kidding. I'm a prankster. I'm funny.
Nothing is more assuring
They-
that someone is funny than them telling you they're funny.
That's funny. And then your roommate goes and immediately asks for a roommate transfer, and
And then they ask for the knife on the side table and walk down the stairs to stab you.
Your roommate is Jonathan Sims.
God, I wish.
right.
Yeah, y'all talk with your room. Actually, I should see. Is anyone with someone who's been here for a while? Roll another fortune roll.
What are you in for?
It's no 3. Yeah, so you're all with other people that came down with you. No one else that really knows what's going on. But your other roommates are all without playing out 4 different NPCs I need to make up on the spot. The 4 people that you're with, like they essentially they all seem to be very devoted to the church. Some of their stories are obviously different. You get some people that are have been sort of parishioners of the church for a long time and have been really motivated by Elder Rowan's speeches and wanted to do their part to make to improve Duskfall and to fight against this tyranny of the Baron and these changes.
I mean, they're not wrong.
It's not necessarily that they're wrong, but they're not right. They go over things like that. So you get some people that are like they've been doing this for a while, some people that are new and just recently started going to church who felt really like motivated, inspired, people that are obviously just very impressionable and have agreed to this. So it's a wide array, pretty wide array of ages too. You get people that are like young adults, like early 20s all the way to like their 40s or so. So yeah.
I guess as long as we don't find any V for Vendetta-esque novels from previous inhabitants.
Yeah, if
Someone's
y'all-
stuffing a note through the wall.
Mm-hmm.
if there is anything you want to ask, like specifically to your roommates or things that you want to look for like that, do some such let me know and we can do some rolls.
Yeah, I got a question.
Yeah, sure.
Ask my roommate.
Yeah, it's a young man who's just like very excited to be here. He's like taking out his prayer book and setting it to the neatly on his like nightstand there as he as
is
changes his
Elder
robe and
Grace.
folds his clothes. And he says, "Yeah, how can I help you?"
Yeah, very nice to meet you.
Oh, it's lovely to meet you too. I am so excited to be here.
Sorry, what was your name?
David. No, we have.
No, we got 2 of those already.
We got 2 Davids. Jeremiah.
Oh, he was a bullfrog. Jeremiah. Oh, lovely.
Good friend of mine.
To meet you. I'm Bella. So
It's wonderful to meet you, Bella. He holds out his hand to like shake your hand.
shake his hand.
Very firm and energetic handshake.
He's gonna be the first to die.
Yeah.
Jeremiah. Have you been coming to the church long?
Oh yes, my entire life. My parents have been bringing me here since I can remember. I've always been a huge fan of Elder Rowan.
You seem like the type.
I make sure to attend all of his sermons.
Good. Oh, so you know a lot about Elder Rowan then.
Oh yes.
Anything you want to share?
Oh, I mean, of course. I mean, I'm sure you've heard a lot about him too. I mean, has been a huge influence on the church, just revolutionizing everything. It's really brought a new energy to the church, I think. And really sort of invigorating young people
Having
like myself
flashbacks
to be more
youth group.
to be more involved in what's going on and more aware of the state of politics here in Dustfall.
Well, that's good.
Mhm.
Is he quite approachable? Have you ever
Oh,
spoken to him?
I have actually did a youth retreat back a few years ago, which I attended when I was still young enough to, and it was answered all sorts of questions. It was very nice. Is a very nice man.
So it wouldn't be like odd if I tried to go to him and ask some questions.
I can't imagine. I'm sure he would be very happy that I imagine he'll come down here to speak with us at some point. So I'm very much looking forward to that. I think that's I think his guidance is exactly what we all need to to be our best selves.
Good. Yeah, I just had something I wanted to run by him.
Well, you're gonna have to get in line because I'm sure all of us are gonna want to talk to him. So, but I can't imagine that I'm with, even though he's clearly a very busy man, but he always makes time to speak with people. So, it's very nice to talk to him.
That is heartening, for sure.
Mm.
And you're not nervous about this at all.
Oh, I'm very nervous. This is very very exciting. But I feel that with Elderon's guidance and if I remember his teachings, that everything will turn out for the best.
Yeah, I admire your optimism.
Well, without optimism, you know, what else is there for us?
Right. What else could there possibly be? Say, does Elder Rowan ever talk about demons?
You like whisper this way. He says, "Oh yes, yeah, that's been a subject of a few of his sermons. Obviously, you know, there's a lot of misconceptions about the church. You know, people outside of it think that we worship demons or something along those lines, and that's a lot of malarkey. But the mostly, you know, we understand that that the nature of the nature of our being is inherently corrupt, and demons sort of embody they don't have souls, so there's sort of something more of a form of like theological study, how we can better ourselves and be more pure in our true being. So he has talked on several seminars about the subject and about research into those topics.
Fascinating.
Mm-hmm.
Do you think he's ever met one?
Oh, I don't know. I guess you could ask. I'd be a bit nervous to ask something like that. It seems very personal. But
Yeah, this is all kind of a very personal experience.
that is very true. That is very true.
Have you ever seen a demon?
Oh no. That'd be scary. That'd be very terrifying.
But wouldn't it also be like a good thing?
I suppose under the right context. I mean, it's not, and in his seminars, it's very clear. You know, they are dangerous beings. I mean, they don't have the same sort of moral code that we try to uphold. But their nature is pure in and of itself, even if it might be, you know, pointed in the wrong direction. You know, but.
I'd be very hesitant to tell a demon they were going in the wrong direction on anything.
Oh, yeah, I wouldn't say something like that if I met a demon. But I don't know. I mean, I guess it just depends on the circumstances.
Okay. Well, Jeremiah, you've given me a lot to think about.
Oh, good. I think that's, you know, most of the journey here is just to, you know, to think about things and to improve ourselves and to be better.
I sincerely hope you live.
Excuse me?
I walk away.
You walk away.
I can
I'm
say
sorry?
that. This guy's not gonna tattle on me. He's
As you walk
too
out of the room,
scared.
he walks back and he takes his prayer book and he kneels by the edge of his bed and begins to pray.
By the morning he'll have convinced himself he misheard me.
Yeah. Anyone else?
I got exactly what I wanted out of that conversation.
Uh-huh.
Oh, I guess I'm covering up my freaking outsider's mark or whatever.
Oh yeah, the discoloration in your hand. Luckily, it is like something that you could probably play off as like a bruise or something. Like it's not.
No, we're dressed
not
nicely. I'll just wear gloves.
Okay. Yeah, I mean you could still wear your gloves. They want everybody changing to the robes, but I mean, everybody's lots of flair.
Wear a cool glove. I borrow a cool glove from Fume, who definitely has cool gloves.
You can wear gloves. You have to wear the robes, but you can do gloves. You can do belt buckles, and shoes. Are up
What
here in
about hair
discussion.
This is my grandmother's brooch.
Hair accessories are okay, as long as hair for gentlemen can't cover their ears. And no, I'm not doing this.
Oh my god, please. No.
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 It's fine for Grackle. They have no hair.
I would love for them to try to fit glass into one of those boxes.
Yeah,
Let 'em
they're
try.
going
Figure out
back
what
and
to
forth,
do
and
with
then they
this
just
person.
look at Bella, and they're like,
Just pick one.
whichever, just one. It has to be one of the two, but whichever one you want.
And that's where they lose me. That's where they lose me.
I'm fine with you picking, but it has to be one of these two boxes. There's no others.
Time to burn this place to the ground.
Oh man.
I recuse myself.
In public?
I recuse myself from gender.
You can't make me.
Anything else anybody wants to do during this?
Could I make a retroactive either study or survey as to the reason why Father Rowan skipped over certain people?
Yeah, definitely.
That's a good point.
Oh yeah, do we like
Um,
all have black hair or something?
Yes, everyone in this group, you didn't know this, you all have the same hair color.
Did he like pass over people who are like who looked terminally ill?
Yeah, let's
Somehow I was able to find out that Bald
stay
Agent
with me.
47 had.
I think
hair.
survey is probably
He knows. He's got the
Survey.
sense.
Risky. That would be controlled, right?
Yeah, I'll allow for control because you could do this again. You can think on it more later. If you
I'll think about it again later.
okay. There were a
That's
lot
a lot of
people
threes
that
in a
crowd.
row for us.
There's a lot of stuff going on. You're
My roommate is yapping my ear off.
yeah.
You got Jeremiah's
there's like an
fucking
old
cousin in there.
You're in there with this 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 like middle age, or like, you know, maybe it's like early 40s man that's like it's like, oh, this is gonna be bad for my back. I'm a little worried. These beds just don't seem like they have the right lumbar
the
support.
negative
Maybe I could get a
Nancy.
few extra pillows.
Fume
What'd
just
you
turns
say?
around and like, something bad for your back, you say.
Did you say he's Nancy?
I said you got the negative Nancy.
Negative Nancy.
You never heard that?
The Debbie
No,
Downer.
Yeah,
The
no, I
Debbie
know what you're
Downer,
talking
the
about.
negative
I
Nancy?
didn't hear the negative part, and I thought you were just saying like you got the Nancy, like our friend Nancy. I was like, I don't know, Nancy complains that much.
No. She is kind of an old lady.
She is.
I would never dunk on her
But
without
yeah,
her
he's just
being here.
complaining about everything. He's like, oh, it's a bit dirty in here too. I'm gonna have to tell you that maybe I can get a broom or something.
Fume is finished dressing in 15 minutes, and the other 15 minutes is just working out the knot in this dude's back.
Yeah. You have very strong hands. Oh,
Thank you. I used to be a masseuse.
It's like, that's gonna be good. I don't think they're gonna be able to make my appointment with my chiropractor this week.
Oh, and oh, there you go.
Oh, that's much better. Oh, thank you. So I'll just hear a lot of groaning.
The other two of you, do you guys want to bond with your roommates?
Are you kidding me?
After Val,
Absolutely not.
after Val has already said,
I
"Wow,
said
4
I was
NPCs
gonna-
I didn't want to make up on the spot."
If y'all point the spotlight in their direction, I will be forced to, but I wasn't gonna do that unless y'all cared.
Grackle's roommate is gonna be lucky if they ever find out that they have one. Grackle is like
It's the best kind
piously
of roommate.
stalking the halls, just like making a mental map of this entire area.
Oh sure.
The moment she finds out that they're trapped in here, she like tries to hide it, but there's like an internal kind of anxiety of like not being able to go where you want. Just sort of like, door shut, no.
Caged animal.
Yep.
Is there like a roll or something you want to do to gain some more information on your
I could do a
surroundings?
survey.
Okay. Gather information about opportunities or exploits. Yeah.
Risky standard.
Yes.
I think her like top priority is finding an exit. But you know, like she is also just like surveying this area in the same way that she does a place that she expects to pull off a job, which she basically is doing.
Mm-hmm.
How about a 5?
5. Okay. Mixed success. We're getting back up there from the 3s. You wander your way around. It's hard to do a lot of snooping because there's a lot of scrutiny because it's not a big area and there's a lot of people around, and even wandering amongst the like converts here are clergy members that are kind of keeping an eye on everyone at all times. You never feel like you really have a full moment alone. And I would say maybe even Salome, you're starting to realize this place feels very similar to prison. Is considering you were just there recently.
Yay.
So there's you're allowed to wander around and do whatever you want, but as soon as you start to like move too close to like a door or something, like one of the clergy will come up and be like, "Can I help you with something?" and like try to guide you in another direction.
Is there like a Severosi language that Grackle would be fluent in?
Probably.
Sounds like some Game of Thrones shit.
It does. I'm pretty sure that each of the isles have their own language.
That being the case, she will just like pretend not to know the common language
Yes, I
to
love this
avoid
bit.
talking to people.
Okay, yeah. The one shot just like, "Oh, I'm sorry, I don't speak Severosi."
There's a Severosi mass that's held like an hour later that Grackle just didn't go to on accident.
It's like,
And she
"Can
says
I help you?"
she says in Severosi, "Yes, I know you don't know Severosi. That's the point. I'm gonna talk to you for a few more
I'm
minutes
sorry,
now."
I don't understand what you're saying. Are you hungry?
Point to mouth, point to belly.
You
Yum!
need something to eat or drink? The bathrooms are I don't know how to pantomime bathrooms that way.
Say it even
Yes.
slower.
It really is funny. how
Louder,
they-
actually.
Lou-
Louder,
louder
is
and
good.
slower.
They can say it louder and slower, and like people will understand anymore. And she
Grackle's
just
just
kind of
doing
like
pranks.
Yeah, she just kind of like wanders off. And anytime somebody gets near, it's just like saying Severosi, nursery rhymes and stuff like that to make it seem like she's praying or whatever.
I realize this whole job is me just be role playing the worst people I can
Have fun.
imagine.
Have fun!
Have fun role-playing the Westboro Baptist Church.
Pulse check. How are we feeling about killing all of them now?
I mean, I was gonna say like
Pretty good. Pretty
I
good.
really
I'm
did-
feeling better.
Don't you worry.
That's my goal. When I give you all a mission, they have to go in and murder a bunch of people. I'm not going to make it morally ambiguous.
Are we
I'm gonna
feeling
make
a
him the
little better?
worst.
So you
Demon told us to kill some bad people.
Oh.
Listen, if we tell them the demon sent us to do it, they might even like be on board.
they'll just be like, "Oh, please kill me."
Oh, really? Okay, cool.
Honestly, that was gonna be my backup.
I had an initial
No,
idea.
No,
that, like,
guys, it's chill. A demon said to.
just see what they say. I had the initial plan that I was going to put forth. I was like, depending on how many people are down here, we should poison all of them. And that felt like too close to real life.
Kool-Aid-y? Yeah,
it felt too
too
close to
Kool-Aid-y.
the Kool-Aid, and so I don't want to do that. It
You know
feels
what we
bad.
could do? We could Elder Scrolls Oblivion Murder House. Where we go around murdering people, but then try and blame it on, like, someone else in the fucking closed
We
room.
can create our own murder mystery party
Yep.
Yeah.
as revenge. on
And then
Val.
when it's just us and Elder Rowan, he's like, yes, it's just us and the killers. Wait a minute.
Wait a second. Yeah, no, remind me. What's your demon all about? Like, what's her deal?
Death
Like,
and decay.
death
Murder.
and
She's
decay.
her
Murder.
drive
She's
is
murder.
Oh, well, yeah.
She's a skeleton. She's a skeleton woman who
Um,
loves murder.
Yo, I'm down for Murder House. Why not?
You already told me that her whole thing is, like, murder and death. You don't have to sell me more on it.
Yeah.
Also,
Yeah,
she's
her-
hot.
Yeah.
You don't
her-
have to sell me more on it. I'm already in.
Let's start our own cult.
To finish your role there, Grackle, because I didn't give you anything for your success yet.
Sometimes we forget we're playing a game.
We sure do.
You get a very good, I'm gonna just say, going forward, you have a very good idea of your surroundings. You know where everything is. The with the exception of those doors that are closed and kind of off limits to you. But I will tell you, as through the common area, there's a door that leads out kind of back that direction that's closed and locked. And as you are kind of like scoping it out, moving past it before the guy comes up and tries to talk to you, you can hear people on the other side of the door. Does not like immediately on the other side, but there's definitely people that direction. That you just like catch like a little bit of conversation, like a voice that gets raised a bit before it dies back down.
Okay. How are the doors locked? Like, is somebody got a key? Is it locked from the
Yeah,
other
so
side?
like I was describing before, they're all like these like iron bound wooden doors, like heavy, like kind of castle doors, with big like old fashioned like keyholes in them for like probably a ring of keys. And you have seen you did see the priestess, the sister that was that brought you down here. She's the one that locked the door that you came through. She had some keys on her. Whether those keys unlock all the doors or just that door, you don't know, but you have seen some keys being used.
Okay. She spends like the rest of her time just like shuffling piously, but if anyone in her group sees her, they can tell she's pacing like a caged animal.
Yeah.
I do just want to remind everybody that she looks like Agent 47.
Yeah.
Which is so...
Or does she? Does he look like someone else now? Have you knocked somebody out and thrown
No,
in their
she
clothes?
did change outfits.
Yep.
She is in the robes now.
How many closets and or dresser bureaus are there in this location? Is it enough to fill with 8 bodies?
Bigfoot lockers
There's-
will also work.
A wood chipper.
Wood chipper's
bed.
fine, yeah.
The biggest gift
Oh,
that
under
this
the
game
bed's
has
good.
given us so far is her Agent 47.
Yeah, correct.
Is there anything else before I move on to like the next thing that happens? Everyone wants to do just kind of like getting their surroundings.
Yeah, I have a suggestion.
Yes.
Tilda Swinton is Agent 47.
Yes.
Yeah.
Better than fucking what's his nuts? Was it in the movie Timothy Oliphant? Not
I
talking
believe
about
so.
Timothy Oliphant. Like him, good actor. Even he has said they shouldn't have cast me in the fucking movie.
Was he really Agent 47?
I think it was
That's
Timothy
so
Oliphant in the
fucking
movie.
weird.
It was.
Earlier, I was gonna make a Timothy Oliphant joke in the line of The Good Place.
Well, the problem
Like,
is that if I
as
try
far
to
as what Grackle turns into.
The problem is that if I try to Google Hitman movie right now, what I get is the movie Hitman that has Glenn Powell in it because he's super hot because of Twisters right now. But yes, it was Timothy
So
Oliphant.
I'm assuming
Okay.
everyone's taking stress to talk about Hitman right now.
Yeah.
If you would like,
Yes.
Totally.
I will do it as
No,
is
No,
tradition.
She-Her Agent 47 is really good.
Yeah, y'all do not. A little bit of time passes. You get to know your roommates. Kind of all socialize a little bit. And there's a clanking noise, sound of keys, as the sister opens the doors to the stairwell you came down, and entering is Elder Rowan, who's into the room, and everyone kind of goes to the grease, says, "Oh, please, sit down, please. Let's move to the common room. Let's get a bit more comfortable here." And says, "Come on," and starts ushering people through. Takes that. You all move back to the common area. Everyone sits in the chairs there. He sits up on a bar stool, slightly raised chair, and looking down at all of you. Is some people are sitting on, there's not enough seating for everyone. Some people are sitting on the floor. Everyone's kind of gathering around. He says, "All right, well, welcome everyone. I am so delighted to have you here. I wanted to talk a little bit about what to expect, because I know we haven't said a lot, and most of that is just for the privacy of everyone here. We know it's a big commitment, and you're going to have some decisions to make over the next week or so. You see, we have some people, some of your fellow parishioners, our volunteers, still with us, still refining their faith and preparing their bodies for ascension. You can see the few people that have already been here, there's the very eager-eyed, nodding and smiling. He says, and it is a process that is different for everyone. We select based on what we feel is right. It's as much of an art as it is a science here, and we want to make sure that you are fully prepared for ascension before undergoing the process, because as you might know, not everyone can withstand the rigors of purging themselves of this corruption. It is a lifelong endeavor for most, and for you will be much shorter, a course of a week, maybe more, to prepare your bodies, to prepare your minds, and your spirits. So we will, over the course of the week, myself, as well as other members of our esteemed clergy, will undergo sermons. We will do studies into our holy texts to understand the meaning of what it is to fully ascend, to grow past a spiritual necessity. So the goal for you over the course of this week is to understand yourself, who you are, what it is that drives you to corruption, what about your spirit tempts you away from the purity that your physical form holds. Now, I'm sure you have questions, and one at a time. If there's any questions that you might have, please bring them forward. And immediately, people begin to raise their hand and begin to ask questions, and most of them they're just looking for an excuse to talk to him.
This is less of a question, more of a comment, but
yeah, less of a question, more of a comment. I love your hair. Thank you. Who's next? And is there any questions that y'all want to ask?
What is his title again? Sorry.
Elder Rowan.
Elder Rowan.
I've just been thinking of Book of Mormon the whole time.
Oh, there you go. Elder, this process, is it dangerous?
No, it is not dangerous in the slightest, as long as your body and your spirit are prepared And that is what we're here to do, is make sure to say, yes, it would be dangerous to the uninitiated. Yes, there is some amount of risk here, but our goal over the next week, if you are prepared and you know yourself, as I have said, there is no danger which will befall you.
Is he lying?
Yes, he's lying.
Yeah, okay. Just gotta be as diligent as we can with what we have.
Yes, I have a question.
Yes, my child.
During the process, is there any sort of like individual counseling available?
Oh, yes, of course. I will be holding individual meetings with each one of you over the course of the week that we'll have scheduled. I can only do so much in one day, and given the number of people that we have here, I'm hoping to get to each one of you within the first 3 days. So you will be given a date and time. Sister Elda here will be keeping you informed on that, and she'll let you know the schedule. But yes, I will be speaking with you, and if there is any concerns that you have, any counseling you need, the sister will be more happy to help you. So other members of our clergy will be on hand, and of course, if there is something of dire need or concern, they will elevate it to me, and we can speak more directly on it.
What facilities will we be given access to while we stay here? Is there some sort of library room where I may further read scriptures?
That is an excellent question. Thank you for asking that.
Like my question was good too.
Well, you'll see why. He says that is an excellent question. Thank you for asking that. No, the only facilities that are we wish for you to stay here and both form a sense of community and to understand each other. We find it too distracting for you to be wandering the grounds, and there might be a lot is going on here. And this is think of this as a cocoon. You are all undergoing
For the metamorphosis.
undergoing a metamorphosis within. And
That sounds made up. No one in Duskwall has seen a butterfly in 600 years.
In the ancient texts describing the world before, there were creatures known as butterflies. And
Get out!
Get out of here.
They
Get the
had
fuck
this
out.
sort of effect on the world.
There are still creatures that undergo metamorphosis. So
No.
we got frogs,
Yeah.
we got fucking beetle maggots, like
Some sort of
Someone in
mushroom.
the back's like, "Shut up, nerd."
think of all of yourselves as tiny little tadpoles in a big
No,
old
I
pond.
don't want to think of
And
myself as a
we're
tadpole.
we're taking you, you're putting you in a smaller pond so you can grow and thrive, and eventually
We'll put you in someone's eyeball.
become a beautiful frog.
I'm a beautiful butterfly.
The polls today, RJ, the fucking polls.
So if there is any text that you need, of course we can provide them to you. We
Yes,
have access to many pieces of scripture.
I'm sorry, it seems that I have misplaced my Bible.
Oh, of course. We can have one brought to you. It's important to understand most of the answers that we seek is through our own through the texts that our forebears have written for us. So we want to make sure that you have the guidance you need to succeed here.
Thank you.
Yes. Any other questions?
Oh my god. Sorry, I had the image of Grackle just standing up and speaking, and then the fucking elder replying in perfect, that is a nursery rhyme. Please rephrase.
I am very much waiting for somebody to be like, "Oh, I am fluid in Severosi. Time to evangelize." No.
If there is nothing else, I want to thank you all again from the bottom of my heart for taking on this burden and bringing yourselves to this place. I want this to be the best experience possible for all of you. So if there's any concerns you have, please let us know immediately. But best of luck, and I will be speaking with each of you in turn. And immediately everyone claps. And he heads out. He actually does not go back up top side. They unlock the door to the common room, and he is led. He heads out that way before they lock it behind him.
We are left to our own devices.
You are left to your own devices, and that's probably we're going to go ahead and take our break here. So we'll take a break and we'll come back, and now the job kind of in earnest and whatever y'all want to get up to is underway. So it is up to y'all to decide what your approach is.
Elder Rowan, my roommate died. Can I be relocated?
Did I get A's for the rest of the semester?
Yeah, exactly.
All right, we're going to take our break, everyone, and get back here in a few minutes. Recommend you do the same. Go stand up, stretch, drink some water, eat a snack, whatever you need to do, and
Clean your keyboard.
And we'll be back here in a few minutes to continue. Until then, stay tuned. And welcome back, internet. Thanks for hanging out with us while we took our break. We are going to, it's really easy to stay in that character.
Yeah, that's kind of the problem.
That's
with cult
the
leaders.
issue.
Yeah,
That's the issue.
Yep. So thanks for hanging out with us while we took our break. We are gonna just jump right back in. So you all find yourselves in rather strange situation, sequestered underneath the Sanctorium Cathedral in Brightstone, with a number of other converts looking to ascend within the Church of Ecstasy. And you have pretty much like, it's not super scheduled out as far as what you need to do. It's a lot of like introspection. There's a lot of like reading holy texts and discussing them amongst other members of the group. Some of them are led by other clergy, some of them just like taking on the initiative of other of your fellow converts. So my question for y'all is, what would you like to do given your ultimate goal to kill everyone here?
So
Grackle.
there. Oh,
And
go ahead.
steal Heartstones. I guess that's our goal.
Yeah.
To steal Heartstones.
Yeah, that's
Secondary
right. That's our
objective.
goal.
Is
Right.
to kill everyone.
Grackle will find time to, or find a time to kind of like subtly fill people in on everything that she's found out.
Yeah, if y'all want to try to like fake having like a little Bible study,
Get to know you. Sit around in a circle. Yeah.
yeah, then you can sit around and do a little bit of planning.
Do you guys mind if we have some prayer time and we all like hold hands and get really close? And it's like, okay, so here's how we're gonna kill these people.
They're gonna love this because, as far as they're aware, we didn't know each other coming in, so they're gonna be like, they're
Yep.
bonding.
Yeah, exactly.
This little group that's forming, and then halfway through the week, they're gonna be like, we shouldn't have let them become friends. Now that's the troublemaker group.
You just described every camp situation that I've ever encountered in my life. So,
Yay, they're bonding. We shouldn't have let this
oh
happen.
god, we shouldn't have let this happen.
And then there's the one counselor. Oh no, they're bonding.
Yes. She fills them in on the doors and also the one door with the voices behind it.
Which I should say is the same one you saw Elder Rowan go through after he was speaking with y'all.
But there's some people back there. Okay. There are we only mingling with the people that came in with us, or the people that may have been here for a longer period of time also around?
The people that have been here for a longer period of time are still here. Yeah, so y'all are kind of.
Could we maybe schmooze them a little bit and sort of see what the what's on the agenda? What's on our itinerary?
Yeah.
Meet anyone cool? But as, casually and excitedly as possible.
I'm gonna try to get in with one of the. My brain keeps saying nuns. of the nuns, one of the sisters, for like individual counseling, and then I want to tell her I think a demon is talking to me, so she'll take me to see Elder Rowan. I'm getting good with him.
Good
Okay.
idea.
That's what I want to do.
Sure.
Love it.
I'll run this by our Bible by our Bible study group.
I love this.
So yeah, just say that's my plan.
Well, we
Getting good
do.
with this guy.
We do know that the church does seem to think that if a demon speaks with someone, then whatever endeavor they're under has been blessed in some way. So
Just a matter of
But-
getting him to believe me.
true. Oh wait, perhaps that is an offshoot of the church. I don't know if it's the same sort of passionate individuals that we see around here. Or perhaps they were some sort of splinter sect. But
Either way, I think he'll want to know about it.
most certainly, good plan.
Who knows, maybe they'll elevate you to some pillar of the community.
It would be so wonderful if he was comfortable being alone with me.
So, are you going to immediately enact your plans when you meet with the good elder, or do we expect some sort of signal when things pop off?
No, I think it's going to be more of a long game.
Long game, okay.
I suppose I should ask, how long do we intend to stay?
There's a barely perceptible, like, tightening of Grackle's shoulders.
That's a good question.
Duh.
I suppose we'll see.
Well, I don't know if my hips can stand these cots for more than a day or two, so perhaps we expedite this as much as possible.
Do you want
Getting
me to make
old.
you...
What'd you say?
Said, are you getting old?
I've been old.
Would you like me to cook something up for you?
Such as?
I don't know, lumbar support?
Sure. Oh, my bed at home is absolutely glorious. It's just this shit.
This has nothing to do with the job. This is just a good idea.
Long-term project, all right.
Lumbar support.
Grackle,
Let's
you all
get
right
this
over
one
there?
started, Juan.
Excuse me, Agent 47.
Did you really have to go with John?
John, you look a bit stressed.
Keep trying to talk to me.
You see. This
Someone in particular or
Severosi
everyone?
bit isn't working. Have you tried looking at them like you're looking at me right now?
I'm trying not to draw attention.
I suppose another reason to speed up the process a bit.
I'd appreciate that.
Can do.
I think the demonic bit is a grand idea. Fume, could you take a look and see if any of our rooms, or all of our rooms for that matter, have a locking mechanism on the outside? And if so, perhaps disable one or two of them?
What? Whatever could you mean? I would never.
It was well done, but it still stands. Could you take a look, please?
I will do even more than that. I've had a sneaking suspicion about some things. So a quick disabling of the locks and a room tour might do. Specifically when Fume goes to, visit everyone and break the locks, if there are, look for any, hidden bugs in the wall, copper piping out of place,
Oh, see if everyone's got a pipe.
like a little listening device inside of their rooms.
Got it. Okay. So it sounds like we have a couple things. So Fume disabling it. So I'll just tell you flat out, there are locks on the doors.
Yes.
So that, and it's the same thing where they would require a key. So you can imagine they could very easily lock you in because you do not have a key to get out. So Fume wants to work on that. Glass wants to work on talking to the clerk, getting in with Elder Rowan. Was there anything else? What was there was something else so we wanted to do?
Talking with some of the folks that have been here for a while
Yeah,
and
that
how
was the other
their counseling has been going.
Okay.
We could probably do that and the lock breaking thing at the same time because
As we go around and chat with folks, yeah.
yeah, like
Sure.
you'll pull them out of the room and Fume will hang back to break the lock.
Okay. Are you just breaking the locks on your rooms or on
That
all
might
of
be
them?
easier than trying to do all of them.
Yeah, because I'm
Also
thinking
more sus.
I'm thinking that if we need to, we could lock those doors too.
Yeah, if you get your hand on the keys, that would definitely make that easier. Okay. So what do y'all want to do first? What information do you think might change things if you knock that out the first
Do
time?
we want to get more info about these counseling sessions so we kind of have an idea of what they're talking about, what might be going on there, if there's any magic or actual spirit adjacent things going on there, if they're touching heartstones?
Touching heart.
Do that first?
That might give us a little more info to go off of.
Okay. Cool. So Glass, you want to go talk to one of the nuns? Talk to Sister Elda?
Yeah, one of the... Is there anyone that seems nicer than her?
Yeah, there's people that are nicer than
Or
her.
a little more gullible?
Yeah.
She scares me.
She
yeah,
seems hardened.
Yeah, she scares me.
there's a younger priestess. She looks like she's probably just out of no, it's not seminary. So for nuns.
Nun
Convent?
school.
Is there nun
Convent.
school?
Yeah,
Convent.
the-
It's convent.
Yeah. So she's like just out of convent, like she's she's very chipper and kind of bringing her own food and talking with people. So you approach her.
Yes.
All right. She is you walk up to her.
What's her name?
Sister Trish.
Trish. Sister Trish. Excuse me, sister.
Hi. Yes. Bella, right?
Right. Are you holding any counseling sessions today?
Nothing scheduled. Do you need to speak with me?
If you have time.
Of course. She lights up yes, this is my chance.
This is her chance.
And she's like, yes, of course. Please come with me. We can speak privately over here.
Yes.
She leads you off to a quiet area.
I do my best to look nervous.
Two of you leads you up to a quiet area, a couple chairs pulled off to the side, and she sits down. You just sit across from her. She says, what's troubling you?
Well, it's and I guess it is sort of troubling me. It's something I just don't really know what to make of it. I hoped maybe you might have some insight.
I will. I can help I will help in any way that I can, Bella. So please tell me.
That's why
what's?
I came to you. Sister Elder kind of frightens me.
Oh no, she's so nice. It's a bit intimidating at first, but I promise you, she is sweet, as sweet as any of us. So. As she's off in the corner, loudly chopping some vegetables, thump, thump,
I'm just imagining her as a huge, just angry Russian muscle woman, just
yeah.
fucking going. Well, I guess I don't really know how to describe it. Something or someone came to me
Uh, whatever do you mean? Here?
Actually, a bit before, not long before I volunteered.
Okay.
A woman, a strange woman, came to me and spoke of, lots of things, gifts and worship and power and I don't really know what to make of her. But when I heard Elder Rowan speak of looks around demons, it sort of seemed to fit.
I'm not following.
I think a demon spoke to me.
Well, that is very interesting. What made you think that this woman was a demon?
Glass thinks for like a split second, would Azrael have any problem with them just like describing her, and then was like, no, she wouldn't. She's on a power trip. Well, she looked human. At first glance, she had a veil covering her face, and she actually approached me after a service once. And we spoke, and we left together, and we continued speaking, and she showed me her face. It was strange, like you could sort of see through her underneath her skin. And she was cold, very cold. But she took my hand, and she just had this sort of power. Kind of like looks around again, takes the glove off. You believe me, right?
Go and roll sway for me.
Does she believe me? I'm telling the truth.
And call this risky standard.
That's a 6.
Nice. With a 6, she like, you immediately get a sense like this was not what she was expecting when you came over to talk with her.
She thought I was gonna be like, I have like a real crush on my roommate. What do I do?
Yeah,
Jeremiah,
like you
he's
see,
so cute.
there's a lot of like, she had a lot of confidence of like, I've been training for this, I know how to coach people on like spiritual matters, and you just came to her and told her that Satan talked to you, and she's like,
That's exactly why I targeted her.
Correction, Satan
Yeah, it's-
Jesus was speaking to him.
Yeah,
sorry, I should say,
like,
like
the
an
connotations
angel
are
came
different.
in. It's essentially
Yeah.
like an angel spoke to me. So like she's immediately like, you didn't teach me how to handle this. I don't know what to do here. I'm
sorry. I know I sound
I
absolutely
believe
insane.
you. Oh no. I believe you. Do you mind just one moment? Just do you want some tea? Would you like some tea?
Sure. I suppose it'll calm my nerves.
Yes. Let me get us some tea. And she
Listen,
she
you gotta respect somebody who knows when they're in over their head and goes for help.
Yeah. She really moves over to the like kitchen area where Sister Elda is, and she starts getting some tea together, and she walks over, like pulls the sister aside, and they begin to talk, and you see like her kind of like looking back towards you, and like Sister Elda like they have a conversation for a moment and speak, and After a few moments, Sister Elda like puts away the knife, and
Thank God.
the two of them come back and sit down, and she pours tea for the three of you, and Sister Trish says, "So I wanted to consult with Miss Judd. She has a lot more experience in these sort of matters than I do, and like I said, everything here is confidence between us and the other sisters here. So, but it was a bit outside of my own experiences. So, and she like looks at Sister Elda like, please take. I don't know what to say.
Please help me.
Sister Elda sips her tea and she looks at you very sternly. She says, "So, you say a demon approached you?"
I think so. I've racked my brain and I don't know what else it could have been.
Did it ask anything of you?
I suppose, less of an ask and more of an offer.
And what did it offer?
Power. Mostly. Safety.
And in exchange?
Well, that part's yet to come. She told me to think on it. Search my heart.
Did it provide you with a name?
Yes, actually. Azrael.
Very well. I will... These sort of matters are very important that the right people know about them. We need to advise Elder Rowan of this.
Oh, of course. I just... Being honest, I was a little afraid to just approach him directly. Being very important and all.
Well, I will inform him of what you have told me, and he may wish to speak with you further on the matter.
He's not going to make me leave, is he?
Ultimately, that is for him to decide, but I see no reason. I'm sure he'll just have some questions. And forgive me if this is a bit forward, but did the demon ask you to come here?
No. I just thought it might be the best place for me, considering what the church teaches and all.
And have you heard or seen this person since you've been here?
No.
If you do, please inform one of us immediately.
Of course.
I will pass this news along to Elder Rowan, and you will have likely further instruction on what you should do. She kind of like, she doesn't really give you a smile, but it's like the closest she can be to being like gentle. She doesn't seem like a very gentle or comforting person.
Just like a one clap on the shoulder.
Yeah, she like places an arm, like a hand on the side of your arm and kind of like squeezes, but it's like a little too tight. And she says, "This may be a blessing. do not be afraid. We'll have more information for you soon.
Thank you, sister.
She finishes her tea and leaves, and Sister Trish does the same. She says, "Thank you for telling me. And if you need to speak any further, please let me know. I'm sorry I couldn't be much more help in this matter."
No, I really appreciate it.
I'll let you get back to your studies. And she leaves you as well. We'll cut away from that for a bit.
As soon as that's over, I'm imagining everyone else just sort of scattered around the room, and as the sisters turn away, Glass turns their back on them and just kind of like eye contact. 1, 2, 3, Fume, Salome, Grackle, and just the slightest nod.
And
if this was set in modern day, I would just do like a buckets.
So we'll cut away from that for a bit. Salome and Fume, the two of you wanted to do a little bit of snooping and sabotage.
Yeah.
Okay.
Break some locks and minds.
So the two of you head to some of the like more tenured, I guess you could say, members of the of this group, who are off like doing. You see, like they've clearly been here for a bit amongst themselves. So they know each other, and so they're kind of like speaking. They've been commingling with everyone else too, but they're like having a little like prayer circle. And you kind of move in. One of them turns. A young man with like red hair turns to look at you and smiles and kind of pulls away from the group as they like focus on the prayer and says, "Can I help you?"
Hello. I'm Donna. And this is Jean, was it?
Yes.
We, of course, just arrived. We were wondering if we might fellowship with you and get an understanding of how this works.
Of course. Anything we can do to pass our experience and wisdom here on to you, it helps everybody. So, please, any questions you have?
Well, everyone seemed to be speaking about these individual meetings for counseling. What exactly would that entail?
No. Elder Rowan just wants to understand each of us our own journeys to enlightenment and to ascension. When I had my meeting with him early on when I arrived here, we spoke for a time about my spiritual journey. I'm relatively new to the church. Only started attending services a few months ago. But we spoke about my own journey. Mostly he let me talk and would guide me with some questions of what I needed and help point me on the right path. Finding the weaknesses within myself to, I suppose you might say, improve, correct the things that I know deep inside of me are flaws. So, it's very enlightening. He's a very wise man.
Flaws.
Sins that each of us carry, personal things to us that we wish to change about ourselves. We're all human, after all, that each one of us carries the burden of a soul that draws us towards things that are not in our best interest.
So the Elder believes that in order to ascend, we must purge ourselves of these sins?
Yes, I suppose that's a concise way to put it. Only we know the darkness that dwells within our hearts, and for the process of ascension to work, and this is his guidance to me, we must have moved on from that to both forgive ourselves for past transgressions, but also to understand what makes us flawed so that we might overcome it.
I see. Was this only one session with the Elder?
Yes, he wants to meet with everyone in turn, and with new people coming in every week. He doesn't have time for multiple sessions, but the other members of the clergy here are always available, and I've taken advantage of that at any opportunity I needed.
Of course.
You mentioned that people come in every week, but we've only met a handful where we are. Are they also stationed, but in different parts of the church?
No. Essentially, you'll find some progress faster than others, and ultimately, each one of us is chosen, I suppose, through Elder Rowan's wisdom. He observes us through the clergy that are here, and they report to him our progress and the conversations we have, and each day more are selected for having obtained the level of enlightenment needed to ascend. Me and my compatriots here, we've been working hard, but we haven't quite reached that point yet.
Well, I hope your ascension comes soon to you, good sir.
Me too.
While Salome has been speaking to this individual out of the corner of Fume's eye, he is looking for any sort of surveillance devices.
Okay. It's probably
survey, right?
Let's see. It'd be more of a survey.
Got it. Risky
A
standard.
lot of survey today. Yeah, I'll do risky standard.
It's just more prep.
Yeah.
Nope. I'm gonna start rolling physical dice.
That's fair. It's a 3. So while you're having this conversation, you're like looking around, kind of keeping an eye to see if like there's any sort of, like you said, openings that somebody might be listening through, some sort of like a pipe or something, like what you had at the jewelry box. And you're kind of like peering around, looking around. When you're kind of like scanning around the room looking, you catch eye contact with one of the like the clergy members that's kind of off to the side. You see them very obviously clocking that you are looking around, and you just like, you see them, they see you. You think they might have, they seem to be paying like a little closer attention to you as you kind of like pull back and you're more focused on this conversation. You don't see anything, but you imagine that that they might have clocked that.
Have you never seen a curious convert before? Gosh, guys. Am I not supposed to be curious about the place I'm staying? Okay.
No, you're not.
Curious Sean, the curious. Sorry.
it's all supposed to be introspective. You're looking around, you're not looking inward.
Thank you, Sensei.
So nothing immediately comes of that, but that you do clock that.
Out of the corner of Fume's mouth as they're walking away to Salome, I think I've just been made.
Lay low then for a little bit. Just try to look
For the
slightly confused.
For the next several hours, the clergy member that's tailing Fume just sees him sitting on a chair reading a book, seated at the mess hall reading a book, door wide open to his room, in bed reading a book.
Yeah, this tall man in the same red and gold robes is just like and very kind of like I'm just imagining very very lurch like yeah, tall, not talking, very serious face, but he is just like a shadow. Anytime like you're sitting there and you kind of look around, you can't just in the corner of the room just staring at you.
Jeez, fuck.
I love this guy.
You die last. Like his funny face, little funny guy. Get this guy a cookie. I like his face.
You want a cookie? I like his face. Am I to presume that we're here several days?
It really just depends on how long y'all are.
How much we can take. Yeah.
When do you want to light the fuse on this powder keg?
That's up to y'all. It's like how deep you want to get into this. While
just short of drinking Kool-Aid.
Let me put it this way. Grackle's roommate never sees her. If you've ever had this roommate in college, she's the person who goes to bed late and then wakes up early. So her roommate she's like a fucking cryptid that shares this room.
So Grackle's the perfect roommate, is what you're saying.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah.
Absolutely. But that being said, Grackle would wait around until nighttime and then do some sneaking around if she could.
Okay. So we'll cut to that in a second as we're kind of like getting into the first day. Because a lot of this I think is happening in the first day that y'all are here. But to finish up with Salome's thing, is there any is there anything else you want to ask this dude?
Is there anything else I want to ask this dude?
Do you want to make Val come up with another name?
What is your name? No. Honestly, if you don't name the chickens that you're inevitably going to eat, I'm not going to name this guy. No.
Lost to time.
There you go. Oh, me too. Anyway,
Don't worry about it, friend number 4.
Yeah, exactly.
My name is Cannon Fodder. Pleased to meet you.
Mr. Fodder was my father, please.
Call me Dr. Fodder. I didn't spend all those years... sorry, I'm taking stress damage right now.
Maybe I'll bother some people the next day because Sid is having a hard time coming up with questions that aren't outright. So did they rip out your Heartstone yet? So
I assume not, because he's very emotive.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, you gather. I would say just from context clues, everyone here, nobody here's gone through that pursuit. That seems to be the end goal.
Got it.
Is to get to that point. But yes, you you end your conversation with him. Fume, do you still want to try to do some sabotaging, or do you want to hold off on that because you're being observed?
I am being watched.
Yeah.
I'll give it like day 3 maybe.
Okay. So then I will we'll let Grackle do a little bit. Well, so here's what happens. The day comes to a close. It's hard to tell like the passage of time. Again, there's no sunlight. It's all you're fully on the schedule that people are keeping you here. They feed you lunch and they feed you dinner, and then there's a little like prayer time after dinner, and then you are it is like lights out. Everyone's like bedtime now. Everyone heads back to their rooms. um the Everyone, like, it's not like, not fully prison where you've got like guards like shoving you into your cells, but it is like a very polite, okay, it's bedtime now, is everyone here, let's get everyone back in the rooms, counting everyone in their rooms, and they close the doors and they lock them. You all hear the clicking of the locks as everyone's counted for, put into their rooms, doors are locked. Most of your roommates go immediately, wind down, a little bit more prayer, head to sleep. Grackle, do you want to try to break out?
Kind reminder, I did invent the 0 load rings that give you a +1 die to
Picking locks.
pick and locks, but you can only use it once.
Yeah, I'm down for that. For sure.
Okay.
Grackle especially hates being locked in a smaller room. Are you kidding me?
Yep.
You made the room smaller? No!
So if you want to try to open your door, it would be a tinker roll.
Tinker.
Unless you want to try to force it open, in which case it would be wreck.
Sounds like that would be louder, though, huh?
Would definitely wake your roommate.
Do you have anything in Tinker?
I have nothing in Tinker.
So you'd get the +1,
You
which
get
means
one
you'd
die.
get 1.
I would get the +1. I could push myself to get a second one.
True.
Okay, how about this? How about I force the door, and then I roll a resistance roll to not wake my roommate.
Okay, yeah, you could resist the consequences there.
Or hear me out. You kill your roommate, so there's no witnesses to you breaking out of your room.
You know, I'm gonna wait on that one.
Smart.
Depending on whether or not here's what I'm gonna do. I'll roll a wreck to break the door open. But I will roll a resistance to not wake the roommate.
Okay, I like that.
This is my plan.
Let's do it. So we're gonna do wreck. I guess you could apply the tools here to assist you, or you can save those in case you actually need to like pick a lock later on.
I think I'm gonna save those.
Okay.
It is kind of funny though. It's like, now that this has been established, like, when would I ever use these to actually pick a lock?
Like I said, I mean, it would help you because essentially if you push and use those, you get 2 dice on a roll instead of 0 or 1 die on a roll. So helps you if you're ever in a situation that you have to pick a lock, or you just guarantee success here, or get as close to guaranteeing success as you can.
Yeah. Well, also, like, I have. Okay, here's what I'll do. I'm gonna wreck it,
Mhm.
and then I will use the assistance. This a
Okay.
risky standard, or what are we looking at?
Yes. I want to say. Yeah, we'll go with risky standard here.
Okay. I'm adding the bonus dice for the ring for the
Okay,
thingama.
got it.
Oh, that's a lot of 4s.
Yep, that's a 3
all-
and 3 4s.
A lot of 4s.
All right. I'm gonna need you to immediately make a resistance roll.
Not to wake my roommate.
Yeah, let's. We'll do a. I'm debating which resistance roll is gonna be. Perception, understanding. I guess we'll go with a. Okay, so We'll do a prowess resistance roll for resisting the consequence of the noise that you're about to make opening this door.
Crit.
Got it. Which means you get to clear 1 stress.
You keep critting on these resistance rolls. This is amazing.
It's what I'm here for, man. I am the
Someone's
resist-
gotta.
I'm a resist queen.
So you kind of move to the door. You use the tools that Fume gave you, kind of like leverage the lock enough to maybe get it to loosen it a bit, so it's like a little less resistance from just yanking the door open. And then with just like one solid just yank on the door, it pops open. You're able to like muffle it enough to keep it from making enough noise. You look over your shoulder, and your roommate doesn't seem to stir. They kind of like roll over in their sleep a little bit, but don't seem to wake. As you yank the door open, there's still some light out in the like main like common area from some of the lanterns still burning. And you know that you've made you've kept it from making a lot of noise in here, but I'm going to say that it's still very obvious that your door has been broken right now. Like you're not immediately detected. You've avoided that resistance, but the consequences of the 4, because that resistance was just you're doing a wreck to open a door, and the consequence of doing that rather than picking it open. But for the consequences of it rolling a 4 is that your door is visibly broken, unless you want to also try to resist that.
I'll resist that.
Okay.
Yeah, why not?
Let's do another. I guess something another prowess resistance. I can't think of.
Hey, my luck's got to run out eventually, right? 5.
Okay, so you take 1 stress, so you broke even there. But yeah, you're able to keep the door from breaking. It's still functional. But yeah, you are now able to leave your room.
All right. Time for some sneaking around.
Okay. I guess we'll do one more roll for you, which would be a prowl.
Okay. I'm not bad at this one either. Risky standard?
Yes.
Ooh. That one's not good.
That is not good.
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh, indeed.
You head out the door.
I was in the bathroom. Y'all locked me in.
And
That's precisely the excuse I'm gonna go for.
hang a left out into the main kind of like living area, looking for, just kind of skulking around, see what the vibe is out here. You see that the door through the common room into that like area that you saw El Durango where you heard the noise is partially ajar. And as you kind of skulk towards that, as you get within about 15 feet, the door swings open as Sister Elda walks through it and is like immediately face to face with you. And she looks like there's a bit of surprise and then confusion. And she addresses you and says, "Why aren't you in your room?"
She's going to like start in Severosi, just to kind of establish the like, oh no, language barrier. And then just like bathroom.
Right. Bathrooms are that way. She kind of like looks behind you and sees the open door to your room, and she feels like at her side for the keys that she had used to lock the doors. She says, "I'll show you where it is." And she escorts you back to the bathrooms, where she lets you inside and waits outside of it while you either use the bathroom or pretend to. Is there anything Grackle does here, or are you just playing along?
She plays along. And like when she looks over at the open door behind Grackle, she kind of like points at it and says, "Stuck. Need fix."
She says, "It was supposed to be locked."
She just like responds in Severosi like, "I don't understand you."
Interpreter. Bathroom before sleep. Yes.
Bathroom.
Yeah, we're going to need some help with that. She leads you back to your room, and kind of ushers you inside. Checks, sees that your roommate is currently sleeping still, and she says, "Have a good night." And she pulls the door closed, and you hear like a bit of like there's like a little bit of resistance from the lock because it's not quite it's a little jacked up, and you hear just like a ka-thunk, ka-thunk, and she kind of like has to do the thing where she's like sort of lifts the door and pulls it back pulls in on it, and then finally ka-thunk, it locks, and you are now locked back in your room.
You know, dampness, these doors, they sort of swell and
Yep.
yeah, you know.
For sure.
You know how it goes.
That's precisely what this
Old buildings.
That's precisely what poor John believes. Is that these doors are just really stuck. That's okay. John's very strong. John can fix the door.
John sees door. Bad door, bad. John fix door. John throw fish.
Super glue door back to big size.
All right, I guess Grackle has to wait until morning now.
How was the bathroom the Smiths?
Morning comes. You all are
we're alive. Cool. Okay.
Yes. Doors are unlocked as you wake. The breakfast being made as you leave your rooms. Glass. There is there's a nun waiting for you outside of your room.
Oh boy.
That is a terrifying sentence. As you wake, there's a nun waiting outside your room.
For some
Is it
people,
Tuesday already?
they're very excited about it.
I mean, it depends on how long you've paid for. So.
You're greeted by Sister Trish, who says, "Good morning, Bella. I hope you slept well."
All right.
Elder Rowan wants to speak with you.
Oh, okay.
Do you mind?
No, not at all.
Good. Please follow me. And she leads you to the doors at the end of the common room, which Sister Elda opens for her, and you are led through.
Going in.
You don't go far. There's kind of a long passageway ahead of you with several doors off of it. She goes down a couple, and then to one on her right, she knocks, which you hear a voice on the inside says, "Please come in." And the door, she opens it, and you see a small little kind of like office area. There's a desk and like two like armchairs facing each other across a low coffee table. There's a lantern burning that's giving some light into the room. bookshelves with some religious texts on them. And sitting behind the desk, now standing and kind of moving around it towards the armchair, says, Bella, it's good to see you again. Thank you, Sister Trish. You can leave us for now. She gives a polite smile and closes the door, leaving the two of you in there. And Elder Rowan says, please, say it.
Oops. Thank you for seeing me.
Of course. Sister Elda and Sister Trish informed me about your conversation with them yesterday. And,
Good.
well, I wanted to make that my top priority, speak with you, considering your concern and the gravity of that situation. So why don't you kind of walk me through what happened?
Okay. Well, a little while ago, I came to a service just to, see what all the fuss is about, I suppose.
Now, I don't mean to interrupt, but you said a little while ago. How long exactly?
I don't remember, I'm sorry.
It's all right.
Maybe
Small details. Just
a week or two.
Week or two. All right. Continue. Sorry about that.
While I'm talking, I'm trying to get a sense of what's his game with these specific questions.
Sure. Go ahead and do. I think this would be study. You're studying a person with close scrutiny to gather information. Risky standard. 6. Nice. So
I want to know everything.
keep
I want to know his name. I want to know his social security number. I want his bank account information.
So you keep telling him like the story, basically what you told them.
Yeah.
More or less. He stops you a couple of times to get like specifics about when this happened, where this happened. If you say like the woman approached me and you start talking about the demon, he's like, and did you get a name? Confirms the name with you. He's like in a lot of detail. It's like wanting a lot of specifics about what happened. At first, it's like, I mean, maybe he's just a guy who pays a lot of attention to detail. But you're like, there's more going on here. And when you tell him the name Azrael, there's not a look of surprise, because you imagine he's already heard the name before because the sisters probably told him about it. But you see his like jaw clenches a little bit, eye kind of twitches a little bit, a couple of signs of like familiarity with that name.
Is everything all right?
Oh, yes, of course. Sorry, lost in thought. This is interesting. It's not every day that someone has somebody comes face to face with a being like a demon.
You really think she was a demon?
Well, given your description and the details you provided, I believe you, and I believe you had a personal encounter with, I suppose you might say, the divine. You should count yourself blessed, lucky, especially that you made it out in one piece. I mean, these are, as I've said, dangerous creatures. Enlightened, ascended, but still dangerous. As Sister Elda informed me that you told her that it has not, as of yet, asked anything in return. And it made no mention of you coming here or being here or having plans to be here.
No. But it was a strange enough encounter. And It sounded close to some things I had heard at service, so I figured this might be the best place for me.
Well, that was a good call. I mean, that in and of itself tells me that you are chosen, that you have been selected for this purpose. That's wonderful to say. Now tell me, Bella. Normally this would be a much different conversation. Don't mean to get too off topic, so I figured we might as well have this one-on-one, this little chit chat right now. What is it that drove you to be here? Was it solely that encounter?
No, I don't think so. For my years, I've lived a very long life. And had a lot of questions along the way. Just seemed like a sign.
Is there something that you seek to better about yourself? Something that maybe is what drew this entity to you?
Where to start? I made mistakes. Made decisions that weren't the best for myself and the people around me. I've been trying to come back from that. And just seemed like a sort of flashing arrow this way for answers.
That's interesting that you use the words come back, because I don't think that's what you're doing here. This is a step forward, not a step back. This is a new you, not regressing to what you were before.
Okay.
It's important that we put things in the right perspective. Looking backwards, we have a tendency to do that as humans. Focus on our mistakes. And that's not a bad thing to do. It's how we improve. But at the end of the day, it's that step forward that counts.
What if she does ask me for something?
I suppose it depends on the nature of the request. I mean, demons are strange beings. They are purpose condensed down to a singular point, a fine edge to a blade. Now, that purpose can be used in many ways, but depends on the wielder. So, to your question, depends on what she asks you. Is that the person that you want to be?
Really think I'm special?
You are here. You have made the decision to be here. You might have been chosen. You might have been selected by this demon. You might have been picked out of a lineup and ascended to greater things. But at the end of the day, what makes you and every person out there special isn't some higher calling. It's that you chose. It's that you made the decision. Because it's what you do that makes you special.
Indeed.
Now, what else can I help you with?
apologize, Elder Rowan. May I have some time to think about what you said?
Of course. Of course. Why, given our unique situation and everything going on and what you're dealing with, I want to make a plan to meet again.
I would like that very much.
I think that would be beneficial for both of us. So let's do that. Let's meet again tomorrow. I'll squeeze in some time.
Okay.
All right. Well, let me help you get back. He stands and opens the door for you, escorts you down the hall. One thing for class, with your vision, remind me of what your powers like let you see and perceive.
I have a couple.
Uh-huh.
Let me go. So Ghost Mind is you're always aware of supernatural entities in your presence. Take +1 die when you gather info about the supernatural. Ghost Veil is shifting, and Ghost Voice is you know how to interact with a ghost or demon as if it were a normal human, regardless of how wild or feral it appears, and you gain fluency when communicating with the supernatural. So I'm just always aware of entities in my presence.
Okay. So one thing that you notice as you're looking into like the veil here, because we've established this before, you're keenly aware of like wardings and protections and things. You do see on Elderon kind of like reaches to his hip to like take out the keys that he carries for, you imagine, most of the facility here. And you see that it, like hanging on his hip is a demon bane charm. You immediately pick that out. And you've gathered when
I
you're
got one of
here-
those too.
Yeah. So even easier for you to pick that up. While you've been here, you've been keenly aware that there are some protections. There are definite protections that they have here against like spectral entities. You haven't seen or interacted with any spirits down here. Yeah, that's very purposeful, given that they're direct opposition to those forces. As you are walking down this hall, suddenly to your right, one of the doors opens, and kind of like moving out through another one of these priests, these preceptors, kind of stumbles in and says, "Oh, I'm so sorry, Elderon. Excuse me." And everyone gives a no. It says, "Not at all." And as the door closes, you look past, and immediately your spiritual kind of vision, your senses, you sense something supernatural in that room. And as you kind of peer in, you get a very quick glimpse of an object that is kind of to the side, like pushed up against the wall in that room. And it is a stone sarcophagus with a smear of blood across the front of it. Just
I know him.
as the door closes.
Oh my god, I know him. What's in there?
Elderon smiles and says, "Oh, we have many projects going on down here with members of the clergy. Some of it tied to the ritual of ascension that you were preparing yourself for. Those are some of our side projects."
Apologies. At its core, I really do find the entire thing fascinating.
It's good to hear. You'll learn all about it once you've reached the point where where I feel you're ready for the next step.
I see.
But please, and takes you down to the end of the hall, opens the door, leads you into the common room, and he kind of remains in the door. He's going to close it behind you and says, "It's a pleasure to see you, Bella, and we'll speak more tomorrow."
Great.
Gives a nod, like waves to some of the other people in the room who are like immediately excited and say, Elder Rowan, and then he says,
Now I'm the popular
"I'm a bit
kid.
busy, I'll speak with y'all later," and closes the door, immediately locks it.
Tomorrow, then.
So the
I think it's going down tomorrow, guys.
Yippee!
So we can get the fuck out of this place.
Is there anything else y'all want to do?
Every night Grackle spends in this place, she breaks out of her room.
I love John.
I support this.
I love
fully. I guess the one thing. Are we gonna try to locate? Like, everything is just behind the store. Like, we're pretty certain, like, any leftover heartstones and anything of importance is with Big Papa Vampire, most likely.
Oh crap! Do we have to kill the vampire too?
He's down here. Yeah.
Shit. How do you kill a vampire?
How do you kill a vampire?
You forget to cherish him.
Well,
No, it doesn't match. It doesn't line up, I'm afraid.
Okay, I tried.
I'm gonna have to
Veto
negate
me
that.
on this one. Yeah, all right, that's fair.
Yeah.
I guess we're gonna find out. Unless this is maybe something we could do a flashback on, knowing that we were coming down here and knowing that this vampire
that
was
probably
here.
gonna be a
Hey, Lord
vampire.
Skurlock, how do we kill a vampire?
There are
Lord
definite
Skurlock,
No
you're a
reason.
vampire.
We could do a flashback. Yeah, we do a flashback. We talked about the stress and what we're doing. You do a flashback. You're back at Scorlocks, and he's immediately like, I'm not a vampire.
No.
You? Why? If we thought you were a vampire, would we ask you specifically how to kill you?
Grackle just said you're a vampire.
Yeah. So you'd know how to kill a vampire.
I'm looking
I
across the table at Grapple, and I'm
apologize.
just like, you see, just people
I
think you're a
apologize.
vampire.
I apologize.
Sometimes it takes one to kill one.
I feel like they think that because you've been telling them that. I'm
No,
not a
I have
vampire.
never told anyone Lord Skurlock is a vampire.
Do we need to be a vampire to
Are
kill
they
one?
lying?
No, that is technically the truth. The person I've talked to about my suspicions of Lord Skurlock being a vampire the most is, in fact, Lord Skurlock.
Fair.
I'm just saying, people are going to believe certain things when you behave certain ways.
We have reason to believe that there may be a. Actually, I'm gonna look to Glass on this. Are we good to share this with Skurlock?
Sure,
Yeah.
whatever.
We
He's
have
not a
reason to.
snitch.
Yeah, I figure. We have reason to believe there may be a rather high-ranking member of the clergy of the church who is one. So it might just be relevant information to have.
There's
He was
a
in a-
vampire priest in Dustful.
Perhaps he was on the train, his sarcophagus was activated by pooling blood.
Doesn't that sort of go against their whole thing?
I know, right?
A vampire is literally a spirit that is fused with a body. That's like 100% no-no for the church. Huh. If you're wanting, if that is the case, and there's a vampire there, you're welcome to peruse my library for means of thwarting one.
Excellent.
So I'm gonna count this as a 2 stress flashback.
Okay.
Who's
Somebody
taking
wants
it?
I've got some left. I could take it.
I'm at 0. I could take it.
You sure?
Yeah.
Okay.
And I restore 5 regardless of.
That's right. Yeah, you know what? You go ahead and take it then.
You're the research boy. You take the research.
You take
stress.
research, boy.
Yeah, I'm not doing it. I'm already.
So I'm gonna have you make, and then we'll do a roll as part of this too. So we'll do a study.
Position?
I guess technically it is controlled. Yeah. Yeah, I'll do controlled standard.
Get physical
right.
dice.
I said I was gonna roll physical dice.
Bro.
I
Yeah.
will, in this one instant, considering how much Roll20 has been fucking you today. You said you were gonna roll physical dice. I will allow you to re-roll.
Do
I
it.
blanked on it.
Bet on it.
Bid on it. That's better, but not by much. It's a 5. But
I'll
then I
take
also
a
rolled
mixed success.
a 2-1.
That's still like
Listen,
comparatively
it's still better than a 3.
in the scale of D6.
I'd like at
5
least
is actually
at least one other dice to roll above a 3.
in a binary of success and failure. It is the better of the two.
It is the better of the two.
Got it. So you find some there is some literature in Scarlet's Lab. I mean, he's got books on everything. The hardest part is just finding the right book because there's so many.
Does he not have like a Dewey Decimal System, or is he the type of caretaker like, I know where everything is?
It's in rainbow order.
He's the type that's like, I know where everything is, but doesn't know where everything, like, he knows where the books that he uses a lot are. But the ones that he hasn't touched in a few centuries,
He used to know
Look,
where everything is.
he's got a couple of duplicates because he keeps buying the same book because he forgets that he
Aw.
has it a couple hundred years later. So
That's how Glass
yeah,
has gotten a lot of their books.
yeah.
So he figures out like a year later, like, fuck, I already have this one. Like, I'll take it.
So with a mixed success, here's what I will give you. A bit of lore on vampires, since we are in that territory now. As we said before, a vampire is created when a ghost possesses a victim for too long, and it destroys its original spirit. So ghost possesses a body, original spirit's destroyed, wham bam, you get a vampire. Or if a hollow is prepared for for that specific purpose of becoming a vampire by like a specific ritual. So two means: either you have a soulless body that then you do a ritual, put a soul in it, and make a vampire, or if somebody gets possessed for too long. As far as like the actual like like the theology, like the science behind it and everything, there's a lot of stuff. The book that you're reading here is from an early like 6th century movement of the Imperium, where vampirism was kind of in vogue. There were like cults and groups around that were trying to like achieve vampirism as a form of immortality, and before the Spear Wardens kind of like arose to put a stop to that. But there's a lot of like theory about the like what makes a vampire, and some of it is like tied in with like very old lore, like pre-cataclysm lore, and some of it is like newer and like, you know, with actual like, because there's references to vampire like through time immemorial. The So you get a lot of other stuff that's probably not like super helpful to you right now. There's references to, you know, vampires gaining physical immortality by breaking the chain of being, and destroying its echo in the spirit realm beyond the black mirror. The lot of very like poetic shit like that.
This is the skin of a killer, Bella.
Yeah, you find the Twilight series, and
I'm gonna do Skurlock a favor and burn these books.
so they are exceeding, and you know this for a fact, like they're exceedingly rare today. The Spear Wardens take great pains to keep vampires from forming. Glass knows a little bit more of the lore behind that, and kind of what's going on there, but they essentially work very hard, and that's why they're so keyed in to prevent spirits from rising, because spirits form, they're allowed to run amok, they possess people become vampires. Vampires are extremely hard to kill, very powerful. So that is everything that they do is kind of avoid vampires from forming. As far as how you kill them, in legend it was said they were destroyed by the sun. Doesn't really help you now because there's not really a sun anymore. Since the sun was shattered during the cataclysm, there isn't really enough sunlight to even test the theory of whether a vampire could be killed by it.
Now I have some theories about what happened to the sun.
So that's not really possible anymore. So what the spirit wardens essentially do now is capture the vampires and disintegrate them in electroplasm.
That would do it.
I can do that.
Yeah.
Did Glass mention anything about the vampire when they went to talk to the spirit wardens?
Yeah.
I think so.
Yeah, y'all had a whole conversation about it. Is it too
Okay.
long ago? We all forgotten about that?
I think so. I couldn't remember. I know that
We-
they went to speak to them.
We spend 4 hours every Saturday
That's
talking
okay.
about stuff.
You know,
I
based
say
on
so
your,
much bullshit.
based on your when you were inducted in the spirit wardens, each of the spirit wardens is partnered with a vampire.
Right. Yes. Ooh,
They don't kill them, they recruit them.
How do I get this guy to be my partner? I've got a new quest.
So you have to recruit a vampire as your partner.
I gotta recruit. this vampire.
Well, you're also in the process of creating a vampire.
Yep.
Choose.
That's your goal with Azrael. That's the
No,
payment
he'll
for
be
your
a
job.
vampire.
If you kill Elder Rowan and find a body that you want to use to bring Jackdaw back, Azrael promised to bring Jackdaw back as a vampire.
Does it have to be as a vampire?
Yep.
Yep.
Okay. Well,
So-
I guess Jackdaw will have viable employment as soon as they come back. So there's that.
So I will say, and if you're sharing some of this with like Glass and stuff too, like dissolving some, there aren't many things that could survive being dissolved in electroplasm. It's the same way. It's like in lore, you kill it by cutting its head off. Well, yeah, that seems to work for like everything.
Pretty much everything. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, who wouldn't that kill?
Yeah. So
Hydras. That's about it.
yeah. So there's like,
If you get to him fast enough.
but as far as like the spirit wardens dissolving, disintegrating vampires in electroplasm, like whether that is propaganda, so they explain, so they don't have to say where the bodies went, or if that's actually how they do it, it's hard to say. But I mean, it seems that would probably kill most things. It kills ghosts, so probably kill a vampire.
If not killing the body, it's definitely gonna kill the spirit.
Yeah. But yeah, a little bit.
Which is the real problem, though, in that when it comes to vampires.
Mm-hmm. Yes. So yeah, that is what you have been able to, that's what you're able to find out.
So, how much stress would it be to do a flashback of us getting a hold of just millions of gallons of electroplasm that we could flood this entire basement unit with?
I can do that off my kit.
Yeah, do you have a
Yeah,
electroplasm?
I have my
weapon?
electroplasmic projectors. If I scale the magnitude correctly and take the stress, I could level a city block.
That's pretty cool. That sounds like it. If you can level a city block, that sounds like a pretty quick way to.
Level a coffin.
But also,
well,
I think I'll be
also take
taking a
care of-
trauma immediately afterwards.
Yeah, well, for you, it's not trauma. It's
It's a
where.
where.
Why would that happen?
because the magnitude corresponds to how much drain I take.
Mhm.
How about just to get the coffin? How much would that be?
Um, it'd be 1 stress, but I want it powerful enough to melt the sucker, so I'm still probably gonna take a wear for it.
Is there a way to do it like, you know, do a more controlled version of it that doesn't hurt you bad? That doesn't do a bad to you?
Probably, if I math it correct.
Okay.
Yeah, it just depends on how much overkill you're going for in that moment.
Because I don't want to shock him the first time and he just gets up. I
Yeah,
want
you
to make
just want to straight up melt him.
Get it, one and done.
one and done.
Okay.
In the meantime, I'm gonna be testing these folks' patience. Like,
I love it.
Sid,
I really love this trope.
I wasn't joking about being able to fry neurons.
Yeah, and essentially, for those of you that people out there not familiar with the whole playbook, essentially it works wear works the same way as trauma. You take 4 wear, you're out of commission. So like, if you in the same way that you all take 4 trauma, you have to retire. If you take 4 wear, then you're essentially your hull is busted.
And did Fume bring over the trauma from his
No.
previous hull? No.
Whenever you go from normal playbook to ghost to hull, you remove all
Trauma?
harm and trauma.
Exactly.
Nice. Okay.
It just, involves dying.
Yeah. Which one would say is the ultimate form of trauma?
It's also the ultimate form of crowd control.
Jesus.
So
In a video game sense. In
in Minecraft.
All right. You do that flashback. You have information on vampires. It's weird to end a session on a flashback, but I don't know what else we would end it on right now. So you
Really stuck with, because we said it from the beginning. Really stuck on the fact that the church has a high-ranking member who's a vampire.
Yeah, like it makes perfect sense as to why the demon wants them dead now.
This is sacrilege!
It's pretty sacrilegious.
Sacrilegious definition make the boys go loco.
Why? This is happening to me.
Dan, you're about to say something?
I don't remember what it was. I'm gonna go take a nap.
No.
What was I about to say?
You said the more?
It's gone.
It's gone.
Move
Okay,
on
that's
without
fine.
me. Go
It
on
comes
without
back,
me.
let me know.
My
All
brain is
right.
melted.
Let's go ahead and we'll call it there for today, and give you all some time to think about how this is all going to pop off, and what y'all are going to do. So that is where we'll call it. Let's do our end of session shit. Let's see. Basics. Advancement. All right. We didn't have any desperate actions today, so no XP for that. Playbook specific XP triggers.
Oh, yeah.
Mark your
So
XP
much
for
calculation.
those. Drives, beliefs, drives, heritage, or background. Definitely think that's the
Yes.
case. Especially, Glass with your there was a lot of
Yes.
subtext in that conversation that I very much enjoyed.
It was great.
So I especially loved the look on your face. We can save this for wishes and stuff, but I especially love the look on your face. It's like, that's not what you're here for. And then watching you be like, what? do you know why I'm here? Because that's exactly what I was going for.
He doesn't.
You struggle with issues in your vice or traumas.
Yep.
Unless anybody felt they leaned into their
I
traumas
don't think
that
mine
have them.
caused me issues.
Not yet.
If
Alright.
anything, it made me more likable.
Leveled up.
Me too.
Yay!
Yay!
Exciting.
Same.
Van, don't forget that you can start taking the
Oh, don't have to remind me.
Can I summon my horse into a closed space?
I don't see
I
how
hadn't
I could stop you.
Considered this. I love that that's the way you put it. Actually it depends on their abilities. I don't know if I gave them ghost stuff yet.
I mean, it is a ghost, and I will
Did
say
you go-
one thing that doesn't stop ghosts: Walls.
Walls. Yeah.
Doors, on the other hand.
Doors, on the other hand.
God damn it.
Ghosts
Well,
can't
they
go
will
through
suck.
doors. They're not fire.
Yeah. Uh, uh, yeah, I don't remember which one you took. Did you take the telepathic bond, or did you take?
I believe I took the telepathic bond to be able to
Yeah,
call him
so
from afar.
Yeah.
But
that
you know
is
what
really
doesn't stop horses?
That is really just a
extremely
horse.
wild door. Wait, hold on.
Yeah.
Hold on. Do you know what doesn't stop an extremely wild horse? Doors.
He did an extremely wild door.
A horse.
I gotta tame this door, which is
The
kind
door of death. I mean, obviously, the extremely wild door is the door of death. So
I'm gonna ride it hard.
All right, crew advancement, Van. You wanna?
Successful burglary, espionage, robbery, or sabotage.
working on it.
Working on it. Contend
On
with
our way.
challenges above your current station.
There's vampire. in there.
Vampires and churches and
Yeah, I mean, this
Bears,
church
oh my.
is very specifically above your station.
I don't know, man. These guys lock us in our room every night. This seems like they're a little over our heads. They have a lot of control over us at the moment.
They do.
Mhm.
I'm giving
It
us
just
2 for
really
that.
like in my mind, it was very much like going on trips during like high school and
Like a
band,
lock-in?
and my band director like would put tape over
Yep.
on
Yep.
everyone's doors to make sure they
Yep.
didn't sneak out.
100%.
Insane.
Yeah.
Insane behavior.
Yeah. And one
Uh,
night she forgot to do it and everyone just went absolutely crazy. Anyway, Van, go for it.
Bolster your crew's reputation or develop a new one.
Not yet.
Working
Not
on
yet.
it. Express the goals, drives, inner conflict, or essential nature of the crew.
I'd say.
Yes.
Drive to murder.
Yes.
Goal to murder.
Yes.
Nature to murder.
Yes.
Awesome. Is that it?
Mhm.
I think that's it. So let's go around and do our stars and wishes, and then we'll call it a night. Who wants to kick us off?
Me. My star is Grackle refusing to speak the common language. I
That was
love
good.
that bit. I think that bit is always
So good.
funny. It's always funny. And the fact that it was Grackle doing it made it like 7 times more funny.
Yep.
Because she's so serious. She's so serious, and she like very rarely jokes, and like but when she does, it's so good. This is like the ultimate prank, and the fact that Grackle's doing it is literally so funny to me. I love it. It's so good. I would watch it forever. My wish. My wish is just really that I get a tiny opportunity to tell Elder Rowan why he's dying before he dies.
Oh yeah, we can do it Assassin's Creed style. Big like
Little
white space
cutscene.
where you're over his body, and you'll get to have a dramatic conversation while
Yeah.
you're in the middle of a fight.
Dip the feather in his blood.
Yeah. Yep.
Request
on.
and pace.
I don't know if it was always feathers. In Mirage is feathers.
It's been feather. It was feathers in the first game.
Was it
I don't know if
feathers?
they deviated from feathers at any point, but
They've deviated.
I was trying to remember in the other ones. I think it was something else, but in Mirage it's feathers again.
okay.
In the one where you play as those siblings, you dip a handkerchief.
Yes,
Oh,
Odyssey
yeah.
is the handkerchief. That's right. That's what I'm thinking of.
Not Odyssey.
Oh, no, Syndicate.
Syndicate.
Sorry.
Yeah,
I mean, Odyssey is also siblings. So
very true. Yeah. We got there.
I think it might, I don't remember if it was feathers in that one. But yeah, Syndicate is the handkerchief.
I know it's feathers in the OG Assassin's Creed because that's the one I played the most.
Yeah, Basim has feathers. And anyway, I've been playing a lot of Assassin's Creed Mirage. Yeah, that I want to do that
Nice.
with this guy.
All right. Yeah, we can do that. We can make that happen.
I want to see
Uh,
how he feels about being killed on orders of a demon.
What if he loves it?
I kind of hope he does. That would be really fun.
Oh fuck! It's happening!
It's like, this is
Yay!
exactly what I wanted. I did everything right. I can die happy. I'd be like, all right, bro.
You're welcome.
You're welcome. Get
Bye.
yours.
I'm just gonna be sad when I don't get to play this character anymore.
I'm not going to miss him. I'm not going to miss him.
Then you can pull out Elder Birch, and then Elder Oak, and then
Yeah.
Elder.
My
Elder
name is
Lysander.
I'm gonna do
Birch.
Elder all the Pokemon professors.
Yeah.
Elder Willow.
Elder Sycamore.
Mm, we love Sycamore.
This is a sycamore
Everyone
house.
just had their zaddy moment. All right. Who's next?
Love them.
Oh. I can go. My star is gonna go to Glass for Glass is treading this beautiful line of I'm not lying. But I am still phrasing things in a way to obfuscate my true intentions. And it's really, really, really good to watch. I've enjoyed many of the conversations so far. Makes me happy. So well done as always. My wish. I do want to talk to the vampire daddy before we melt him. Yeah.
Seems a little more dangerous than Elder Rowan, but we'll see what we can do.
Just wanna try. Just wanna try. Yeah. That would be really, really interesting and fun.
Oh, I'm sure.
Yeah.
Awesome. Thank
That's
you.
me.
Who's next?
Hello, it is me, RJ. I also want to say Jack Agent 47 is the best.
I didn't choose this life.
I know. I'm
Hitman
sorry.
Life
The
chose
agent-
me.
Yep.
I'm gonna play Hitman after this.
My wish is for us to be in the mess hall. Jack picks up an eel and kills someone with it, a la Hitman.
Yeah, if you don't use a common everyday object to kill somebody,
Kill somebody.
during
Can
By
of
fucking throwing it at
spaghetti
their
sauce.
head.
because my head canon is that this when this pops off, it's gonna be like the scene from the British one where they kill everyone in the church. What is
Kingsman.
Kingsman.
Kingsman?
Yeah.
Kingsman.
With
to Freebird.
Freebird playing in the background. Yeah.
This is a
So-
very
yeah.
niche reference, but I want Jack to take someone out to the Deathlands, shoot 6 vultures, and then an ice cream truck hits them.
What are you
I think
referencing?
for the-
Twisted Metal?
No, that's an
reference?
Easter egg from Hitman.
I was gonna
Okay.
say, I think for the first time you've lost nearly all of us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The references have gotten more and more
You,
obscure.
you take a dude out to the desert, you shoot 6 vultures, and then you hear an ice cream truck jingle. He walks out into the middle of the road and gets smacked by one.
Hitman has some of the best Easter eggs of all time.
RJ, you have such a beautiful mind.
Yeah. There's also an Easter egg where you turn yourself into a scarecrow and just walk through enemy compound and everyone bursts into flames.
You
It's
killed-
weird.
Oh.
You killed Conor
That's
McGregor
a-
yet?
That's on brand for Grackle. Her aesthetic is scarecrow, so
Yeah.
To my CIA or FBI agent out there, I mean this in the video game sense, but I loved hunting Gary Busey.
Hunting Gary Busey was like truly incredible. You can kill Conor McGregor in Hitman right now. I don't know if it's still going on. You could a couple weeks ago.
I think it's done.
He was like so excited to be in Hitman too. Anyway,
All right. who's
everybody play
last?
World of Assassination. It fucking rules.
I'll go ahead and star Val for their Southern Baptist preacher voice. It is very practiced. It is very good. I hate it, but it is because it's good. So that's your star. It's well earned.
Thank you. I wasn't
That is
doing that in the
triggering.
shower earlier.
It's extremely triggering.
Extremely triggering. All
Yeah.
of it. The voice, the speeches, all of it.
Triggering,
had to-
affectionate.
I was 10 again, forced into tights, sitting in the front row and wanting to die. So
I was suppressing a yes laud.
Wish. My wish is to get on these guys' nerves. I want to test their patience. I want to see where the line is.
You're on your way. Opening the door
Yay.
depending on how many nights you spend here. Grackle may be the first one selected.
Legitimately, I would love that.
Not due to merit or because you found enlightenment. You're just annoying as fuck, and we want you
it's all
out
like,
of here.
we need to get rid of this one. That's precisely the way I'm playing.
You
I'm
may
all
be
like,
the first person asked to leave.
thank you. Thank you. Please, thank you. I'd like to.
The first person to wash out of the program in history. That must suck.
Honestly, secondary wish, somebody who actually speaks Severosi shows up so that I can like actually
Communicate. Oh my god, these people, I know, am I right? Okay, I was just looking for the fucking bathroom.
Well, so here was my thought. If Severosi, because Severosi is where Grackle is from, which is the Texas of
yes, Severos.
of
Mhm.
Duskwall,
Mhm.
or of the Shattered Isles. And I've specifically given Elder Rowan a southern accent. Elder Rowan may speak Severosi.
Yeah, just going purely by accent. Elder Rowan's the most likely one to know Severos.
Elder Rowan is just gonna pull I hear every word you say, like just at the most inopportune time.
Uh,
Oh my
anyway.
god. Like he comes up behind Grackle and gives her a Severosi Hail Hydra and then just like pushes her into the vampire room.
Or Grackle could give him the Severosi Hail Hydra and he goes, eyebrow raise?
Oh.
Good stuff.
Yeah. No.
And to Agent 47?
If it seems like I'm tempting fate, it's because I am. Come and get me.
Get her ass.
Oh, I
That's
will.
my wish.
Get her ass.
All right. That's gonna be it. Quote, y'all made it easy on me today.
I think there's only the one that I
there's
put.
one.
Yep.
And it's to Grackle, and it's they keep talking to me.
They keep talking.
It's the
to me.
delivery was so good because it was so quiet and so angry. They keep
Talking to me.
It's really good.
As soon as you said it, I immediately put it up.
Yeah,
It was
no,
so
that's
good.
the one. That's it. That's the moment.
It's moments like that where I wish that we had like the budget and the crew to do a big to do big productions of this, so we could have had the edited cut of like zooming in on Wings in that moment. I was just
Keep
like,
Keep talking to me.
but yeah. All right, that is
You, Elder Rowan? Just checking.
that is going to be it, everyone. Thank you so much for watching. We will be back next Saturday to continue our game. So join us for that. In the meantime, plan is to play Red Jenny on Monday. So we'll keep you updated, posted on that. And you can join us for that at 8:00 Eastern time. Jesus. On Monday. Did I say that right? Was that right?
No, you're right. I just would think at this point you'd remember.
Listen.
It's only, look, it's only the
It's
second longest running series on this channel. So it just takes some time, you know?
It's like 2 sessions away from being the longest running. I think.
63 is the longest.
Yeah, we're at
Wow.
61,
I don't know if
62.
we're in the 60s yet, but
I know we
will
love
look.
these characters,
thought
but
we
I
were.
would love for us to wrap up at session 69.
Nice.
Nice.
No, the last one was 57.
Oh, well, I think we're in the 60s.
Yep,
But
we still
we're
got a
getting
little-
close.
Almost there.
Yep. I'm about to break my own record.
Well, if we hit 64, that'll be it.
Will be.
Cool little mini
And-
series.
And I can retire. Anyway,
Finally.
Sweet miniseries, y'all.
And then, as much as I love those characters, we don't have to play the fucking Dragon Age RPG anymore.
yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Thank you, everyone out there, for watching. We will be back next week to continue our game. Thank you to my lovely players for making this game a joy to run. And we'll see everyone next week. Until then, good game and good night, Internet.